Welcome, guys. Welcome. Another week closer.
Silver bullet.
Silver bullets, dude. Oh man, so much to talk about, guys. This is your weekly community show. And what episode is this? 14? Is it?
It's 14. Yeah.
14.
Can you believe
14, baby.
we've been doing this for 14 weeks? That's like a good portion of a year, man. So
That's like
the year.
It is.
Yeah, it is like a what? No, the quarter.
When did we
Quarter.
start? We started in October, November, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was definitely last year we started. End of last year.
I'm so glad we
Vape-
actually started this.
Vape Nation.
Dunedin, good job, man. 27%
Yeah, dude.
of a year, actually. Okay.
I'm very glad we did so as well.
This was Dunedain's brainchild.
It was, yes, he came up with it. And I'm so glad you have a camera now, man, dude.
I know,
He's
baby.
looking sharp, man. He's looking so good.
I
Alright,
thought
guys.
it was about time to get one. So, rushed to the shop yesterday and got
Christian.
ready for today.
What happened? What did you
Nice.
say?
Yo, never forget Rip Yoda, dude.
Not as loud as DevCam subscriber
You guys
alerts.
hear-
That's funny, dude.
So I had a really bad
He has
Yeah,
a
so-
stupid notification.
Cargos, when you hosted me the other day, right, with like 80-something people, and everyone started following, and my following, I had just got my alerts working again, and my follow is Yoda going, right? But it was so loud, and I couldn't figure out how to turn it down. Every time everyone followed, it was just like, I would be talking and be like, like every 2 seconds.
It's because you had the
so
huge follow train on Twitch, dude. Your Twitch was blowing up.
I know, baby. It was
That
great.
was cool.
No, I
Now you have
loved
the
it.
Star Trek. Yeah, I saw you have the Star Trek alert now, right?
But
Don't you?
Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars.
It's
Whatever, man.
it's
It's
a
both.
card, but it has it's both. It's the best of both worlds. So,
Yo.
Yeah. The plants doesn't really look good.
Is that a
Some of
Coors
them-
King can, dude? Is a Bullfrog waterproof?
That's
Yes,
really
sir.
bad.
That's a Coors King can, dude. But you know, you got to go with the light beer. You know, you got to watch the physique a little bit, man. We got wedding coming up, dude. Lots of people, lots of the classic WoW community coming to show up at the wedding, man. I'm so excited, man. North
Oh
Team
my
mugs.
God.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Brandung Media in the house. So we're gonna, guys. There's a few new things to the show format this week. We're gonna try out some things. This is very much kind of a go with the flow type of thing, you know, based on the feedback we get back from you guys. But we're really trying to become kind of a, a community event, man, like a community weekly show. Like it's not just a one-way thing. We don't want to just talk at you. We want you guys to talk back at us. You know, unless you're saying something bad, then you get muted and banned. No, I'm joking, but it'll be. But we want it to be like two-way, not just a one-way thing. And we're hoping to maybe read forum posts from the community, maybe have people on here from time to time, stuff like this. And we're also gonna do this meme competition thing, which I'm really excited for. Shout out to Mamrick. So let me pull up this. This is like the one semi-high production value aspect of the stream. Ready? Ba-bam!
Let's see it, baby. Let's see
It
it.
like switches over to this little thing. All right, so here we go. PowerPoint per usual. You know the drill. Cargo style.
Cargos PowerPoint, baby.
Episode 14,
Copyright.
guys. So pretty much we're gonna start with the greetings. We got it all itemized here, and then we're gonna do this classic WoW meme competition. All right, give it a shot. Go into it with an open mind and an open heart. This is a kind of an icebreaker. You ever heard of an icebreaker? Where, you get to know
Yeah,
people, like lots of people in the chat.
The mints, like the mints.
No,
yeah.
not the mints, bro. Like the social
Social.
the social experiment thing that you do to meet new people. Break the ice, get to know each
Oh
other a little bit.
yeah, like the
So,
the mints.
it's light and polite. I like the mints though. The mints are good. Yeah, the green ones are my favorite.
Yeah.
Good, a lot of calories in them though. But anyway, we're gonna do this meme competition. So pretty much this past week, we started this. Mamrick, who is our blessed lord of the blessed mod of the memes in my Discord, he was spearheading this, and people were putting in memes all week. Got a bunch of submissions, and we're basically just gonna pull up a bunch of classic WoW memes right now. You guys are gonna look at them. We're gonna look at them, and then pretty much you guys are gonna vote on which one's the best, and then they're gonna win a dope T-shirt made by Brandung Media. Music's too loud.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
a
music's too loud.
dope T-shirt.
Dope
Damn.
T-shirt. Yes. Dope T-shirt. Dude, why am I so hyped, dude? I can't contain it. Whoops. I
And
deleted
not
it.
even a blue post.
There we go.
I think if we had a blue post, it would have blew up today, brother.
Where does Cargos live? California, man. 10 a.m. is the cutoff, man. That's where it is. I won't drink before 10 a.m. 10 a.m. though, it's pretty much lunch, right?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock
Yeah,
somewhere.
true.
Mr. Mamrick in the house, dude. That's speaking of the devil, man. The blessed mod of the memes is in the house. Welcome, Mamrick. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, so that's kind of the agenda. So let me take it down a notch, a few pegs. Guys, how are you doing? How was your week? Anything interesting to report, or what's going on?
Working on new stuff.
Yeah, working on some new stuff. Other than, you know, stream's been going good. Been keeping busy with something else that we're really excited about that Cargos knows about, you know, and
Oh yeah.
really hyped about that as well. So all good stuff, baby.
You want to tease it that SM video, Meldron, or no? Is it hush hush right now?
Yeah, so I'm working on a Scarlet Monastery. Something with the Scarlet Monastery. It has something to do with the Scarlet Monastery. That's all I'll say right now.
Okay.
Oh, you're lagging a bit, brother.
Gotta love it, Scarlet
Oh,
Monastery.
sorry. It has something to do with the. It has something to do with the Scarlet Monastery. That's all I'll say right now.
Dude, we got
We
a
have a
$50 dono. Who is Saint Sacred with the 50, dude? What president is on the $50 bill, dude? You guys are cultivating
Lincoln?
the Lincoln, dude, with
You
the
guys
Lincoln.
are
No.
creating such a great
No,
community.
don't listen to me.
Death
Hold on.
Camp, your vulnerability
It's somebody.
at times
Saint Sacred with
creates a
the
sense of
50.
rawness and genuinity that you just don't feel with other streamers.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
well, how nice of a comment is that, dude? That is
Yeah,
so
that's
nice.
a really
man.
nice
Thank
comment.
you, Sacred, dude. Thank you very, very much, man. Hit me up in the Discord. I'll
Thank
give
you,
you rank,
Saint
man.
Sacred. That really means a lot,
That's
brother.
so nice of you, dude. I appreciate it. It's so fun. I look forward to this all week. I always think about what am I going to say on Good Morning Azeroth this week, you know, hanging out with everybody. Yeah.
Wow.
So, how was your week? Cargo?
What?
Did you just do another one?
Oh my god, dude. No, hold on. He might have done it twice, yo. He might have done it twice. That's crazy.
Wow.
dude.
No, it's
That's
two
crazy.
different. It's two different donations. Thank you, Sacred.
Thank you, man. I mean, I think he might have done it twice, dude. If you
Thank
did it
you.
twice, it's all good, man. Just hit us up. I'll PayPal it to you. Appreciate it, though.
Holy
Yeah, if you didn't need to do
Thank
that,
you
just
so
let
much,
us know.
man. No problem,
Yeah.
no problem. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got a good show. Hopefully a good show for you, though.
You four have
let the robots
created a
speak.
community free of judgment and a safe place where everyone is welcome, no matter your past. Thank you for
Grant
being
plus
real.
Grant equals Benjamin. I like that.
Great Eagles mention. Ryan Solomon, dude.
You're a legend, brother.
Hell yeah. Thank you so very much, man. Really appreciate it. So you got some stuff cooking, right, Melderon? Def Camp has been
Yeah.
streaming, killing it with the streaming it. You did the
Yes.
leveling workshop the other day. I love that, man, with Atticus.
Yeah, with Atticus. Atticus, great. You guys haven't checked him out. Give him a check. He just made a new video about Warriors. Great video. Knows a lot about Warriors. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you doing? Dan, you got anything cooking?
Yeah. I made a script for a new video. I cannot say what's in it yet, but it will probably be online this weekend. So yeah.
Hush
You'll see.
hush, very hush hush.
It's a little one.
Okay, cool. Good. All right, so without further...
How was your week?
My week was good, man. I've been streaming. I've been trying to be more consistent with streaming. I really enjoy it, hanging out with you guys, you know, acting a fool on stream, just living our best lives, man. It was a good week, you know. No blue post though. That's one thing I keep thinking about.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed at that. We still have another day in the week though.
That's true. It could come out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I was
Never
thinking
know.
Maybe they are trying to build up to a release date.
That's what I'm thinking, dude. I think a release date's gonna be coming soon.
Yeah, they have been spoiling
Within the
us,
next
though.
couple months,
Six
yeah.
updates in a month. You know, that's more than an update a week. So
Yeah, we shouldn't get to we should be happy with what we gotten so far. It's pretty awesome. So if they skip a week, they skip a week. No big deal.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's true.
Has anyone talked with Kyvax in the chat, by the way? Has anyone like spoken with? I know Yithasens was kind of active in the discords and was talking to people. Has anybody touched base with him? I don't know. I haven't seen him anywhere. So maybe not.
I would love to be able to reach out to him. Maybe we should try it. Shit, we should. I mean, what's the harm in trying, right?
Right? He's like the hero right now, dude. It'd be great
I
for him
know.
to make an appearance, man. Do a dev talk or something with him.
Oh my god.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'd be down to talk to anybody. So
Yep. All right, so we're gonna
So
move on to it.
why
We're gonna try this
16?
new thing now today, guys. This is Mr. Mamrick's meme off. So shout out to Mamrick, dude, the blessed mod of the memes in my Discord. All week, people have been submitting memes, and I really don't know what to expect here. But we're just gonna go through these memes as a little light and polite icebreaker type thing. We'll plow through them, and then we'll see what you guys think. We'll do a little vote. We'll see which one you think is the best. You know, some are homebrew, some are not homebrew. What that means is like if you made it yourself or if you just found it. But either way, let's kick it off, man. So, Mr. Bamrick's epic dank meme off. Let's go. Meme number 1. Or what is this? Okay, some statistics for the week. So we had 31 memes submitted. The number of memers who submitted content was 12, so hopefully that'll be increased next week. That's an average of 2.5 memes per epic gamer girl or guy. All right, excellent, Mamrick. Thank you, man. All right, so here's the first meme of the day.
Let's see it.
Yo, guys literally only want one thing. It's fucking disgusting. And then they post World of Warcraft logo, man.
It's World of
That's good.
Classic.
That's
not
good.
bad.
Very good.
That's a pretty
It's-
good one.
I like it.
Pretty accurate.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's true, though.
You gotta get that one. Where's the one where it's like the chick looking at the dude and the dude's facing
They're-
away in bed? You know
It's
what I mean?
there.
Oh,
Oh,
it is
in
that-
bed. In bed.
Yeah. That's the one that I think that would go good with that or something like that.
Oh, man, that's funny, dude. All right, this is number 1 right here. Whoops, I zoomed in too much. Okay, number 2 is gonna be this one. What is this? When you get to Nessingwary and there are an awful lot of skeletons on the ground, dude. I think we've all been there, man. Going to Nessingwary and it's a freaking like Kodo graveyard right there. There's so many white corpses everywhere. That's not bad.
Dude.
What is that meme
Just
from,
scary
though?
thought.
I see that all the time, dude. That little math thing. Is that like Beautiful Minds?
I don't
type
know
shit?
where that's from. Like, where's the? Does anybody know the original origin of that meme?
Oh, I have no idea. It's from a show, I think, right?
So.
Yeah, it's from a show.
It's funny. She's got
pretty
this
sure it's from a show.
dead serious like face, like she's making some realization, and all these like freaking.
I'm gonna guess it's some kind of soap opera, and it's not in English. That's my guess.
Let's see. Yeah, well,
It's like some Spanish soap opera. That's my guess.
she looks like she might be like English. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
funny.
I don't
I
know.
just love
Yeah.
the expression on the face, man. Anybody know?
I think it's from one of those CSI shows, as Atticus.
You know nothing. Jen's Nye Man. Is that what it is?
I have no idea. All I know is I see it everywhere.
Those
Saturday
CSI
Night Live? I don't know, dude. CSI, a
That's funny.
CSI show, maybe.
Either way, dude. Yeah, I've had that moment personally. You go to Nessingwary and you're shocked by how many skeletons on the
Yeah.
on the ground. You know,
Oh,
you're like,
dude, definitely. And then
what
you just
has
slowly
happened
back up
here, dude?
because you know a rogue's about to open up on you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Also, Yao
start
says
backpedaling in the
she's
opposite
a
direction.
Brazilian actress.
Okay, I was close. Brazilian.
yeah,
okay, I was
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, I don't watch TV either, man. All right, next one up, we got what I grew up expecting to play in the year 2020, some futuristic space level shit with the guy with like VR and he's in a spaceship and it's fucking classic.
Dude, that is good. I love that. That is
it's a good
fucking
one.
good.
This one's
yeah.
really good.
Stranglethorn Veil. Yeah.
That's funny, dude. That's a good one.
Oh my god, dude. That is great, yeah.
All right, next one up is what is this one? I think this is a homebrew one from Yellow Tonka, dude. This is fucking funny, man. Little fat pudgy kid with the VR goggles on the beach. He could enjoy the actual beach sights, like beautiful waves. Instead, he's got the VR on, looking at the barrens, dude. That's funny as fuck, man.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, God,
dude. I fucking love it, man. Dude, anything about WoW just makes me so happy.
That's creative
Like,
too, Yellow.
oh.
You homebrewed this, man? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right,
Dude,
next,
yeah.
let's see. Next up, we got this one. There is a 2,000-year-old tree in South Africa known as the Tree of Life. And you got Sylvanas looking at it through the blinds. I'm pretty sure someone
blinds.
put those blinds in front of it, right? Obviously, that's not from
Yeah,
a
they
WoW.
did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
so
did.
obviously a retail meme, but pretty freaking good. Pretty good. I love how the kids look like they're trying to defend the tree. It looks like they're like holding hands, like, no, we will not let you bulldoze this tree down.
That's right.
That's pretty funny.
Nemric said that the theme of this week was horde, and this is very horde themed.
Okay,
right? That's funny.
okay,
Okay, got it.
gotcha.
Okay, gotcha. That's a good one. Yeah, it's a freaking destroyed Teldrassil, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
next one,
Yeah,
let's see this one.
Yeah.
This is another homebrew one. Let me see. Battle for Azeroth. People will trade quality for ease every time. It may be crap, but hey, it's convenient.
Dude, so true. So much truth.
Oh, we have a dare in chat and super chat, Cargos.
Cam Weber Cargos, you want to slam the rest of that Coors Light? Are you actually testing my ability to consume Coors?
Do it, brother. Do it. Come on. And I'm sure he's doing it right now, but we
You
can't
won't
see him.
Slam the rest
Oh,
of
see
that
him in a
Coors
second.
Light.
Is he alive?
Easiest clap
think
of my life, dude.
Oh, he just did it.
Flat, brother. Hell yeah.
All right. Thank you for the 5, Cam. Appreciate it. Moving on to number 2. All right, Battle for Azeroth. Yeah, dude, people will trade quality for ease every time. I don't know. That's not really classic, you know, the classic people, but Definitely, some people definitely do that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some people do, but not me, bro.
All right, next one up. Okay, this is. Oh, I love how they recreated that meme actually in the WoW graphics. That's funny. So me, live servers with more quality of life features, better graphics, dynamic game encounter design, engaging quest lines, ways to gear up, and repeatable, challenging small group content progression systems existing outside of raids, PvP at max level, interesting map designs, pet battle systems, incentives of world PvP, more than 3 battlegrounds, arenas, expansions worth cosmetic races and classes. And you're still looking at vanilla, dude, because she's got that.
Look at
dong.
vanilla, like, look at her face.
Because vanilla is
So true.
perfectly imperfect, dude.
Oh,
That's
beautiful.
funny.
It's nice
beautiful.
because they nailed it. Like it's almost the same, but in a World of Warcraft kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. They
Yeah,
recreated that.
Vanelle's the hot cougar, dude. She's got experience.
The hot
Absolutely,
cougar,
baby.
that's true,
The hot
man.
cougar.
That's
She's
true.
like I don't what's her name? Eva Mendes.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
at an early age
Yeah.
that the older women were the
You said you learned that at age 8?
No, dude, at an early age, dude. Not
Oh,
at age 8.
I thought you
I'm
said you
just
learned that at age 8. I'm like, damn.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Okay, we got one more. So this is the last one. Warrior
I like this
players, Wind Fury Totem.
Free totem. Just drinking it, baby. Yes, dude. You know what's so funny,
that's
man?
funny.
Like, you go into any horde raid and
Bet you won't slam
you
the
see,
next
oh, we
one
got another
for me.
$5 there. You
Still
won't
on
slam the
Tito.
next one for me.
Oh god, dude, it's a fresh one, dude.
Okay.
If it was like regular size, I would do it, Faith. But
We
this
gotta
dude,
keep
this
him
is.
sober.
I'm gonna pass out on stream, dude.
Yeah, we gotta keep
Can't
him
do that.
sober,
See,
man.
if you're telling the truth, you better go on Discord and pop me a link to that right now.
Yo,
What?
thank you for the faith, man.
See,
Blue
you
Post
keep
just
spamming
released.
Blue
Nah,
Post
you're
just
trolling,
released.
Let me see, dude. Let me see. I have a Blue Post tracker.
No, there's not.
Blue Post tracker. I have a Blue Post radar.
Nope, nothing, bro. I got it right here.
Nothing.
Last one was Welcome to the
Caesar.
Dark Moon Fair, dude. 1 hour 29 minutes ago by Blizzard.
Yep.
Nothing yet. Nice try though. Nice try. All right, Wind Fury Totem. What is this from though? Is this like Curious
This
George?
is
or
so
some
good.
shit?
It's like
Curious
Curious
George,
George, yeah.
Yeah.
This is so good. I love this one. It's my
It's so
favorite.
true. Yeah. Dude, you know, the fact is, I love going into raids, and every warrior be like, Shaman, Wind Fury, Shaman, Wind Fury. Even Dokken does it. And Dokken, I love you, brother. But I remember raiding with you last time, I was like, where the fuck's my Wind Fury totem? Like, where is it?
That's funny, dude.
Caveman, angry. Caveman, need Wind Fury.
It's a hell of a drug, right? It's a hell of a drug. Like that Mizuno
Yeah, it is.
video.
It is, bro. Even in low levels, man. Oh my god. We were tanking Scarlet Monastery last night, and I'm like, where's the
Dude.
Wind Fury? Yeah.
Dude, how about how much DPS I was doing? Like, so my guy was level 39, and there were pools where I was pulling like 250 DPS.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
As an
fucking
enhancement
Wind Fury. As an enhancement shaman. Yeah, look at Dokken.
Dude.
Need more Wind Fury.
We got some Twitch Prime subs in the house, dude. Smokerin, everything Amy, dude. Thank you guys for so much for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it, guys. Welcome, welcome. You are among friends here. Thank you, Smokerin. Is that Mooflake? I think Smokerin
Mooflake.
is Mooflake, dude. Let me check. I'm pretty sure that's Mooflake. That's crazy. Welcome, Mooflake. Yeah, dude. We gotta finish that warrior guide, fam. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So we got the memes here. We're gonna finish it off now. Then we'll move on to the next thing. So I'm gonna drop a straw poll in the chat.
Oh, here we go.
Surprise.
Here we go. Here we go.
Surprise,
Straw
dude.
polls.
Surprise!
Drop
If
a
you could
straw.
please vote, I'll go through them again as you freaking vote. All right. So we got number one. This is number one. Number one is the guys literally only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting.
Right.
Number two is this nesting where a corpse one.
With the Brazilian actress, yeah.
Yep. Number three is this, you know, what I grew up expecting to play one. Number four is the pudgy kid with the VR goggles and the barons. Number five is Sylvanas looking through the blinds at the 2,000-year-old tree. Number six is this Battle for Azeroth one. Number seven is this vanilla one that they recreated versus retail. And number eight is the monkey with Wind Fury Totem. Okay, as you guys vote though, let me show you what people are gonna win. Let me show you.
I already know what's gonna win.
There's actually a prize here. Okay, let me.
How do you win?
Just whoever.
The straw poll.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Wait, but
By the way, this is so funny, dude. Did you know that Platinum WoW has a second channel where he eats a picture of Eon Hizakostas every day?
No.
What?
Look at this. He's done this for months and months. Look, he's literally
Are you serious?
eating a picture of Eon as Hazakostas and drinking it with water, and hasn't told anyone. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Platinum.
He has months and months of him downing. Look at this. Another one. Another one. Dude, it's so funny, bro.
Can you link that?
I have to wait.
I have it
for
on the
to
stream
come
right
up
now.
on
You can
stream.
see it.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll see in a second.
he's
yeah.
eating pictures of Ian Hazakostas every day
you
until Classic,
serious?
and he hasn't told a soul about this. This is just
Platinum.
so funny to me, dude. He has a whole separate channel.
Dude,
Anyway,
I love
guys,
Platinum, dude. Platinum is guys. We need some love for Platinum in the chat right now. He is amazing.
he is
amazing.
He's amazing, dude. He's a very talented individual.
Mhm.
So, all right, here we go.
It's still going.
Can I just say that number 8 it's okay, but who needs Wind Fury if you have?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right. Right.
What do you have, Paladin?
Mr. Alliance, dude.
Platinum's
I'm
in here,
sorry,
dude.
man.
That's funny, bro. Platinum, welcome, dude. This is what you guys win. How cool is this, guys? Check this out. Our good friend of the channel, Brandung Media. He's a member of the community just like you. He's a very talented individual. He can draw.
Very
He
talented.
can make little fucking plague particle things float across the screen. Like,
Platinum. Oh my god.
that's so funny, dude.
It's so good, dude. Oh my god.
He didn't tell a soul. We're at these content meetings and he's just saying nothing. He's like, oh, by the way, I eat pictures of Ian Hazakostas every day and post it on my
But
second
wait,
YouTube
but
channel.
Platinum, why? Why do you do
It's
it?
his vitamins, dude. It's his vitamin A, B, C, D.
Dude, look at that artwork. That is.
I have
the
a question.
playground.
Why is it
Oh my
Ion and
God.
not Jalen Brack? That's my question.
No, it's Ion, because Ion is the hope, dude, I guess. Check this out, though. So this was drawn
Look
by
at that,
Brandung
dude.
Media, guys. Look how sick this looks. There's like an
Oh
abomination.
my God.
He's got a nipple here, dude. There's a gnome and best in slot gear. He's got the
Tier 2.5 shoulders. He's also got
is that arm?
the
The
mace.
mechanic arm
The
or
mace
something?
is from Nax. It's the Nax trash mace.
what is it called though?
I forget.
The arm, right? The mechanical arm or something.
It's off of Nax trash. That's all I know. I forget the name of it.
Someone help, dude.
It's the
Nax
BOP Nax
Mace.
trash. Yeah,
Some
mace.
kind of
That's what
mechanical
it's
arm.
called.
Anyway, so he's killing this abomination. How cool would this be on a T-shirt? So
Oh my
if
God,
I won
dude.
this T-shirt,
Amazing.
you see how I have that thing framed up in the back? I would get one of those cases for a jersey, and I would frame this in my room. It just looks so pretty to me, man. The plague land. So hopefully he keeps going with this.
Dude, I want a shirt for every. Yeah, like I want that, dude.
So I'm gonna vote
every
for that
zone.
Wind Fury one at the end. I really like that one. You guys
Yeah.
vote too, actually. Did you see this drop one in the chat?
Yeah, I already voted.
I did.
Dude, I'm sorry, but it looks like we got some Horties in the chat, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. That's right, baby. Horties in the chat.
Horty's in the chat, dude.
You gotta
yeah.
admit, Wind Fury Tone's pretty amazing.
Dude, I mean, even as an Alliance player, you have to have recognition for how amazing Wind Fury is, right? I mean, come on.
So number 8 won.
I guess.
Your favorite one, Melderon. Number 8 won. So
Good.
let's see who made this one, dude. Maverick told me.
This is my army of shamans that come and watch the streams, dude.
Yeah.
Raven,
Shamans
man.
Unite. Even
Raven
have
did it,
someone-
dude. Raven from the
did it.
Discord, dude. Thank you, Raven, dude. It's for the sweet meme. You win this great shirt. We're gonna send this out to you. If you guys do want, if you're interested in this and it looks really cool to you, check out Brandung Media. His site is, what is it?
I think it's brandonmedia.com.
Brandungmedia.com. Yeah, so he's got, really cool t-shirts. He draws this stuff by himself. We're not sponsored or anything by Brandung Media. He's just a member of the community. He's independent like you. He's really talented. He can draw like really well,
God damn it.
clearly, and he's doing he's doing his thing. So check out Brandung
I mean,
Media.
he's an artist, baby. He's
Yeah,
an
man.
artist.
If you want
Yeah.
like logos, banners, any of that stuff for whatever reason, man, check him out.
Misplaced servo arm. That is it. And there's the link right there. It is called the misplaced servo arm, Cargos. Not Nax trash mace.
Dude. Oh,
Yeah. There we go. There's the site. Go ahead, give him a check
Misplaced
out,
servo
guys.
arm.
Argos, if people want to get on this, they're going to join your Discord, correct?
on the meme off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Join my Discord, and there's a meme channel, Dank Memes channel. So just post it in there and tag at Mamric, MAMRIC, and Platinum cracks me up, man. Yeah, go in the Discord channel and post it in the Dank Memes channel. But dude, look at this though. Look how many videos that Platinum has for eating Ian Hazakostas. You can see it on the stream, guys. This is
Oh my god.
more videos than he has on his actual channel. He's literally
Yeah,
uploaded
he's
a
this
video
guy.
every day, an 8-second video of him eating a picture of Ian Hazakostas. Why is this so
Wow.
fucking funny to me?
It's great.
It is pretty funny. It is pretty damn funny.
Why though? That's the great question. He's in the chat right now. What started
I
this?
like. Yeah,
I think
seriously.
if he explains it, it's going to ruin it.
Maybe not. I don't
Maybe
know,
he's
maybe
the
not.
hero we deserve. We all deserve, man.
Who,
Because-
Ion?
No, Platinum. He's
No,
been eating
Platinum.
pictures of
Well, I think
Ion.
Platinum is. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
That's funny, dude. that,
Wow, that's so funny.
cracks
I love
me up,
watching
man.
him eat it, dude. It's great.
Oh, I know. Oh my god.
All right, so we're gonna go back to this. Let me see what's next up. So we did the Classic WoW meme competition as a little icebreaker, guys. Welcome to stream. Just breaking the ice. News and updates. There wasn't a blue post. Some people are spamming. There's a blue post. I have a blue tracker. It doesn't seem to be a blue post.
Literally has a tracker.
Yep, still nothing.
Oh, he did explain it?
Still nothing. So it'll be a short section right now. No news really to update. Nothing super fresh and juicy.
Nope.
Guys, Classic WoW is coming out in the summer of 2019.
Yeah, that's pretty juicy.
That's
pretty
pretty
fucking juicy.
We're a couple months
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, one
Yeah,
thing I
but-
brought up as a news and update. Okay, I brought this up on the stream a couple days ago. So you know how Blizzard said that we're gonna have a classic summer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, to my mind, it would be disingenuous to state that unless they plan for at least a full month of summer having the game out. Because imagine if they release classic on the last day of summer, and you only have one day. That's not a classic summer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's
They-
what we were saying.
They clearly
before,
have to get this messaging approved by, boards and all these types of people. So I feel like there's going to be at least a month of summer with Classic WoW out. So with that said, I think, I really do think July is going to be the month that we get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
agree.
yeah. That should, because now Platinum just said it. So the reason why he's doing that is he's going to be eating a piece until Classic comes out. So they now have a reason to make it out as quick as
Yeah, this
possible.
poor young man could die
Their
if you don't
blood will
bring it
be
out.
on his hands. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So if you're listening, Blizzard, get that game out as soon as you possibly can.
This
or
guy's
young
eating
man will
paper
die.
and ink right now.
We
dude.
will
You can-
we will literally use like the new best and upcoming WoW content creator on the platform right now. So do you guys want that blood on your hands? Because I don't.
Yep.
Get the game out, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So should we go into some of the juicy stuff?
we could, yeah. I mean, we have
Okay.
we have a whole smorgasbord of stuff to talk about. We can go into the forum posts now, which are made by you guys,
Yeah,
the community.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Can you link them to us too on the so we can read them over here?
I probably could, yeah. We'll start. Let's see which one we're gonna start with.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with this one. Classic is too easy for the 2019 player base.
Oh.
Shots
Oh my
fired.
god, dude!
Let's see if this shows up on stream. What do you guys think about this, chat? What do you think
I
about
think
this?
that is bullshit.
Classic WoW is too easy for the 2019 player
Yeah.
base. I don't know.
Dude, I hope that person literally thinks that and then gets his ass handed to him when he starts playing Classic, dude. I think he probably will quit the leveling process. That's how wrong he is.
Notice how this guy does not say he's done any raids.
Mhm.
He has no so he hasn't tipped his hand to any raid experience. I like to
He's
see
a
if this
level-
guy did next.
85 human paladin with 5,075 achievement points.
It's a throwaway kind of, right? What does he say? I'm not
Yeah.
big on gameplay changes, really. I'm not, but the game is just too easy for today's standards. I really think some of these raids and instances need a serious increase in difficulty. MC is a joke, most of the tier sets are unbalanced, and a lot of seasoned players agree, but fear the toxic classic community to speak up on this issue.
Oh my
Ooh,
Can I say it?
man, dude.
Let's go, dude. Dave, let's go.
Yeah.
Real quick though,
Let's go.
real quick.
Let's
There's a
go.
Twitch Prime, real quick. Sorry. Go off on him. P1 OZ, subscribe to Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Thank you for that. Sorry, go ahead.
So he words it with the wrong. How do you say? Let me start again. So what he says, it's not entirely untrue. For example, MC is a joke. I guess that's right. Most tier sets are unbalanced. That's right as well. But he gives wrong reasons for that. So he says the game is too easy. It's rather that the 1.12 version might be too easy for MC. So I guess he has a point that Blizzard should probably buff the bosses, as we said last time. But all other stuff he said is kind of nonsense. I would
Yeah.
say so.
I mean, look
Yeah,
at it.
he's
this way,
talking about
too, like-
one raid tier too.
And not only that, like you got to look at MC. It was the first raid of WoW, and honestly, people still stand in the fire. Like we did that Molten Core deep dive. You'd be surprised how many people stand on the fire on Magmadar. How many people like stand in the rain of fire. People still are horrible. And the thing about like Molten Core is like, dude, if you don't know how to do the trash, like people not stacking on the on the elementals, people not you know, doing the trash right. I've seen more people die to Molten Core trash than anything. And like someone like that who's used to running in LFR, because you know this guy has only done LFR. He's only stepped into LFR. I mean, he literally is. If he has a main character, he's too ashamed to put it on there. He has to use his alt character. You know what I mean? So honestly, dude,
My big question is where's Nax in this whole equation?
yeah, that's the thing. You can't even bring Nax into it because, like, imagine. I mean, let's not even talk about Nax. Talk about BWL, AQ. Like those raids are still. I mean, the guy comparing to those to LFR is like comparing like apples to oranges. I mean, and not even bringing up Nax, dude. Nax, it's unbelievable how difficult if someone's not prepared.
Yeah,
to go
definitely.
into Nax.
You know, Nicholas brought up a good point. You told people that standing in the fire gives you a haste buff. You got to stick with your.
Yeah, Nicholas, that's right. It does 20% haste. Yep.
So stand in the fire, guys.
Yeah, send
It's
the fire.
also-
He's probably
kind of
never even gotten the red Defias mask before. Dude, he's true, dude. I mean, dude, from my perspective, like, even the leveling, I'm starting from level 1, dude. Like, so the leveling is obviously more challenging, right? And that is honestly not to be understated, guys. Like, the leveling is a legitimate piece of content. It's a huge part of vanilla. And it's
Yes,
night
baby.
and day between retail and classic WoW, right?
So
And
different.
then, even if I'm gonna go and like get into this guy's mindset and say, yes, I've heard lots of people who played both retail and WoW, and they say like, yeah, Mythic Plus is harder mechanically and all this, but there's different sort of ways that it's hard. Like you have to grind
And-
more,
yes.
you know, in classic to prepare more. You have
Yep.
to go out there and
Yep.
farm more consumables. You have to go out and do
Yeah.
more weird stuff.
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
other thing is that, like, when you get to that, let's say that you've done it all, right? Let's say if you're like Taladrill or Ale, you've done Nax, like this is easy clap to you, you know all the fights, right? Then you start thinking about the game like from a John Madden perspective. Like you start thinking about
Yep.
the whole server lifespan
Yep.
from Molten Core all the way up to Naxxramas as one game, and like how fast you can complete that game. And it starts
Yeah,
to
you need to get those yellow markers out.
The whole server
Yes.
lifespan becomes something that you're not necessarily as emotionally attached to. Like you're not as emotionally attached to your one character. That's when you start to think about fresh. Like how fast can I
Yeah.
clear Molten Core? How fast can I clear Naxxramas?
Well, see, dude, there's two big points that I think a lot of people fucking forget when they start looking at mythic rating versus Naxxramas, Encourage. Okay, you know, nowadays the amount of players have different abilities to get out of things. So like almost every class has a movement ability. So you know, getting out of the fire becomes a lot easier. Not only that, but the amount and how much add-ons have progressed. You know, using weak auras, it'll tell you everything you need to do for the raid. So I could argue that how much the abilities that people have now to get out of mechanics, to just bypass mechanics, all these healing cooldowns people use to just bypass mechanics, all these crazy, you know, bubbling, doing all the every class has some kind of damage mitigation. You know, whether it's ice block, whether it's bubble, whether it's deterrence, whether it's Shadow Priest, everyone has like a different ability to get out of something quick, to get out of something to get no damage. But the main thing is, dude, look how much different add-ons have progressed over time. Like the whole difference between weak auras and how much it helps you. Like people can literally sit there, tunnel bosses, look at one thing, and it tells you everything you have to do. You couldn't do that back in vanilla, and you won't be able to do it in classic.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, you won't, and that is a huge difference. Huge difference.
No, what I
I've
mean
done
is
both.
hopefully the add-ons are limited. Is what
No,
I'm trying
and
to
they
say.
will be. They will, because Blizzard said they're going to stop certain add-ons. They're going to stop Decursive again. And look, I've done the Mythic raid scene, and I've raided in vanilla, and I will 100% say they are two different animals. But you can't say like, okay, that this one's hard because of that, and this one's hard because of this. They're completely different animals. Completely different animals.
I see. You got another donation in the chat. Bradley Lockhart. What's up? What's with the erect PvE E-Peens? Can't wait to bump into Def Camp on my 3-minute mage. Enjoy this beer cargoes. Good work deserved. Thank you,
What's an
Bradley.
EP?
What's an EPing? Oh, Meldron doesn't know about memes. It's
I don't even know what it is.
phallus, dude. It's a
That's a penis.
commonly from the Greco-Roman
Okay.
Roman penis. And,
Can't wait to bump
Yeah.
into Death
Yeah, that's
on
correct.
my
That's
3-minute
correct.
mage.
Phallus. I got it.
phallus.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Enjoy
All
this
right.
beer
Okay.
3-minute mage, baby. I'll see you on my shadow priest. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah, dude. Thank
Let's
you
go.
for the 5
Let's
euros,
go.
Bradley. Thank you, man. One thing I'm gonna say, right? Okay, let me first hear what Dunedain has to say.
Yeah,
I feel
I'll just put Grattington down and then you're
Dunedain
done.
is gonna drop some wisdom. I feel, dude. I feel like Dunedain is the wisest of us all, man. Dunedain, what's going on? What's going through your head, man?
Going through my head, there are two things. First of all, I think comparing Classic with Retail, it's not possible. It's not possible to say if one of them is easier because they're entirely different. So Retail is difficult in that you have to do the perfect rotation. The bosses are probably more difficult, but Classic is difficult in that you have to do a lot more preparation. You have the longer leveling process. You have 40 men in the raid. So it's an entirely different game. And
Yeah,
that's
it
the
is.
first thing. But on
The
the other,
most-
yeah, you go on.
No, you go ahead. You finish your thought.
The other thing was the point I started with, where I still think it might be too easy to start with MC with the 1.12 balance, the 1.12 talents. The probably buffed items we will get. I think we will get some buffed itemization. I don't think we will get the earliest itemization.
Mm-hmm.
So my question would be, do you think that they should buff MC? Should they do it, or should they leave it as it is?
I'll go with this right here. I personally think okay, now looking at MC in the eyes of 16 debuff slots, right, is different, right? Because a big thing for me that I wanted to see was an 8 debuff slot MC, which would have made it more difficult. But I understand it would bring less classes. You know, you wouldn't be able to bring Shadow Priest, this, that, and the other. But the fact is, I think the fact alone that so many people haven't done these raids in so long, yeah, maybe the minority of people who've done private servers will get through it. You know, I'm sure our guild will get through it pretty easily. But I think there's going to be people, like we were going through our MC deep dive, you know, a lot of people get stuck on Gar, dude. Like, Gar is a pretty difficult
Those
boss.
warlocks, man. Especially on
And that's the thing,
Yeah.
if you don't have the warlocks, it's like one of the first bosses in MC that you have to really strategize. You know, you have to sit there. Like, a lot of the bosses before that, they're pretty easy, tank and spec, and even Shazra. Shazra has that crazy AoE damage. It's really hard for a lot of melee. But Gar, Shaz, and Rag alone, I think will stop a lot of those casual guilds, and they'll have to progress through it. And the great thing about this as well is we're going to see, hopefully if things were the way in Classic, a lot less world buffs, right? So a lot less world buffs means a lot more time spent on progression, I think. You know, even though Gar just totally negates buffs as well, you're going to see people spending a little bit more time to get into these bosses. And I think, like I said, Gar, Shazra, and Rag are going to stop a good amount of the casual player base.
I agree. And the most important thing we're missing here is that all four of us, everyone in this chat, everyone who watches YouTube content, everyone who's on Twitch, we are the minority come Classic launch, guys.
100%. Amen, Emil.
100%.
Hell yeah.
The large portion of the player base are going to be people who've never played before, people who are checking it out, people who are coming, who started sometime in retail and wants to see what this is all about. Those people will have a hard time in the raid progression. And imagine a guild right now that's formed with just retail people.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going
That's
to do
what
in
it
MC?
feels like, dude. When you go to the Classic WoW forums, bro, honestly, I feel like they're different people, man. Like, we're kind of insular a little bit with the private server community and all the people playing on these servers. Like, when I go to the official Blizzard Classic WoW forums, it's a different vibe to me, dude. The whole, like, level of understanding is different. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but
Yeah.
it feels very, like, alien to me. I don't know.
People
Yeah.
will be wiping in MC. It's going to happen come Classic launch. It's going to be a whole new experience for a lot of people.
And
Yeah,
it's, so
and, you
Classic
know,
is difficult in different ways, right? Like you said, it's a
Mm-hmm.
different beast. One thing I will say, though, so humoring this guy's point, and this is something I saw Two Dads in the chat. Shout out to Two Dads, dude. Two Dads is awesome, dude. Anyway, I think that it all ties back to PvP for me. So PvE content, especially with the static game like Classic, can only go so far. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It could go the distance in the sense that, let's say the PvE content becomes PvP immortalized, if that makes sense, where you have to have that competition against other players for the content to become immortalized. So yes, PvE content could go the distance, but it has to be with respect to competing on clearing it faster than other people or something. It almost all ties back to PvP for me, and I think Classic WoW has amazing legs to stand on as a PvP platform. And
it does.
When you start to think about the PvE side of the game with a PvP side of PvP mindset, not in the sense of you're killing the other people, but you're competing against other guilds. Let's say Blizzard releases a new server, Nax is available on launch, you're watching people scramble to complete Nax faster, stuff like that. It almost has to tie back to PvP in some way to immortalize the game, but I do think Classic WoW can be immortalized, and I think that the content is there for it.
Yeah, and the PvP portion of the game is completely... It's so immersive compared to PvP today, and I think that people will start to realize, and people I think that squashed pretty quickly early on, was that classic PvP is a joke, and then people or like, have you ever tried it? Have you ever went into the engineering rabbit hole? Have you ever all these things?
Watch Executus and Perplexity Duel. Like,
dude, it's OG Haptics.
Yeah, OG Haptics. Oh my god, yeah.
OG is one of the most underrated and underviewed channels on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, definitely check his content. OG Haptics is
Milksteak LOL.
Milksteak's the man too,
oh my god, dude! Pat plays Ellie Shaman so well. It's and what I really want to say too is a lot of these people. We got a new member. Cargos, Bradley Lockhart.
Oh, Bradley with the membership, dude. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community, man. Good to have you here, dude.
But I noticed a lot of these people, and maybe this is just me. It seems like a lot of the people who say, "Oh, MC is easy," this, that, and the other, are probably people who are just hearing this through their grapevine, just regurgitating the shit that people have said, and probably have either never done it or did it so long ago that they played vanilla. Like, I think for the most part, man. A lot of people are going to get stuck in a lot of bosses in MC. Yeah, there's going to be the people that progress through it, but there's the people that progress through mythic raids in one day on retail too. Like, what was it? Tuba Sargeras, when it came out, was progressed like over a weekend. I mean, there are always going to be guilds that will go.
What percentage of players are going to hit 60? If you're we're talking about retail players. Like, what percentage of BFA players?
Of retail players?
What percentage of the new gen people? Not the people in the chat right now. I feel like a lot of people in the chat right now, we're all part of in the same boat. Guess chat. We need to get the chat involved too, guys. Guess what percentage of players who are hitting the game after a long time are going to get to 60? What are you guys' guesses though?
So yes. Oh, me 30%.
Wow, right off the bat, snap 30, huh?
That sounds about right to me, honestly. Maybe a little bit more, I'm going to say, but over more time, you know what I mean?
So it depends. If you take into account those who don't even want to try Classic, if you only take those into account that want to give it a fair chance, I would say it would be a lot more, like 60-70%, maybe more. If they see how good it is, or if they see how fun it is compared to what they're playing right now.
I hope Dunedain's right, man. Because it's
they
probably a good thing for the game, right? If more people get 60.
No, it is. It is. I just don't know if people who...
That's part of the difficulty, though. People have to understand. Like, yes, it's not necessarily the most mechanically different, even though there's all types of RNG in Classic WoW that you could get lucky with. You could get unlucky and die out in the open world or whatever. I mean, there's all types of non-traditional levels of the difficulty in Classic WoW. And I'm just trying to say that the leveling experience is also going to be a big barrier to entry. Like, some people will not make it to 60. It is a grind.
Yeah, dude, the 50s, the 50s are rough. The 50s are rough.
But you know what I would say?
If they get to 50, they will probably get to 60, right?
But
I think most people quit in that range. I think if most people quit in that 45 to 60 range, I think that's where it stops.
I think it's 30, absolutely. Bro. I think it's 30.
Really?
30, 30s.
I think there are also going to be people that we're not even thinking about that are going to just really take their time leveling and just might take I know people who literally will not get to 60 because they'll make an alt, get to level 40, make another alt, get to level say 30, get to make another alt, get to 50. There's a lot of people I think will just enjoy the leveling process by grouping up with friends, doing dungeons, maybe getting bored of a certain character, taking months to get to level 40 or whatever, and making a new character. We got to look at the percentage of people who are just going to be leveling, and that's going to be their main portion of the game.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a pretty decent amount of people.
That's another thing. I'm trying to create a meta for duo leveling and all that, but yeah, that's a separate thing.
But that's the thing, what's so good about Classic is you actually can if you're a casual player, right? Because casuals, like, unfortunately, don't have that much to do. I mean, retail is a casual game now, but it's all the same shit over and over again. The beautiful thing about Classic WoW is you can be a casual player and have the leveling process be your main bread and butter, and actually still be rewarding and like awesome and fun and engaging and role playing and all this connected to your character. Like, you can't get that in retail WoW at all. Yeah. You can spend so long in the leveling process, in vanilla WoW.
Sarmonican, you think 20 to 30%? Shout out to Sarmonican, by the way, dude. Massive supporter.
Sarmonican, what's up, brother?
Sarmonican, dude. You've been freaking making splashes with all your contributions, man. Dude, you're the man, dude. Good to see you in the house. I do think that that this guy, like, from the outside looking in, I could see I could see how the game would appear to be simple and easy. But I do think it's the type of thing that once he gets into it, he'll kind of realize it's different, I don't know, like...
Yeah.
On a surface level, if you're looking from the outside in, could you understand why people might think vanilla WoW looks kind of simple? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No?
I know. I can because of the limitations on, like, people always say, oh, it's one button rotations.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing is where I see.
Yeah. I try not to make judgment calls on stuff I haven't done. I mean, that's just the way I kind of live my life. You know what I mean?
You're a scientist. You're next level.
Yeah.
You got the wisdom.
I guess. I mean, I'm just kind of person where someone's like, even with people, right? If someone's like, oh, that guy's an asshole, I'm not going to just say he is until I actually experience that, right? It's just the kind of way I live, I mean, like, you can't judge things unless you've actually done them. It's like, these stories that come out in the media where it's like, this cop beat this guy up. Well, did they show that guy, like, ran over the cop's partner? You know what I mean?
I think you're a minority, though, Meldron. You're actually skeptical.
Yeah.
You ask questions, you think, man. You're a free thinker.
Yeah, he's a scientist to the degree, literally. Like, he really is.
It's true. That's one thing that impresses me about you. You never just take shit at face value like that. You always think about stuff. That's amazing.
Because there's always a gray area, dude. The world is gray. The world's not black and white.
That's the cool thing about WoW, though. Classic WoW is gray. It's not black and white. It's not rock, paper, scissors. It is gray. It is the most sandboxy version of WoW, dude. And one thing I was going to ask you guys is, you know how Classic WoW have, like, these items that have such, like, a really cool reputation behind them? Like, stuff like Tidal Charm, stuff like Skull of Impending Doom. In TBC, did they still have that? Did they still have items that had a really, like, juicy reputation that people really sought after? Was that a thing in TBC?
What do you, I'm
thinking right now, in Classic WoW, like, you have all these tooltips, and there's a lot of these tooltips that are shared across multiple abilities and pieces of armor or whatever, right? But even still, they built up reputations. They built up, like, you really wanted an item. It had a reputation that you really wanted to go for it. In TBC, was that still as much of a thing?
Yeah, it was still there.
It's less.
Yeah. Definitely less so. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a lot of names of vanilla items, even from before I played in private servers, but I remember way less from the Burning Crusade. So I can remember a few. I don't know if it's like the same as in vanilla, but for example, for a priest, there was now we need a name, right? The Primal Mooncloth set.
You're talking about for Burning Crusade?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your Mooncloth set, so that was your tailoring set that you made. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, and
that was really good especially for like just hitting level 70. Like when you just get that, amazing. But I feel like in vanilla, right, there was in the Burning Crusade you had more items to go around. So like if you didn't have your tier, you could get this, you get that. But I feel like you're right, dude, Cargo. To a certain extent, like every when you first can get Rocktalar, you want that bow. It's like the best item you can get for priest, benediction, like these amazing items that are locked behind epic quest lines that are like locked behind epic items that you have to get through the major domo chest, and then you have to get another item. Like in vanilla, like you really got that was these epic items that had these stories behind them, that had these like really cool and the people would see benediction back in the day and be like, holy shit, that priest is a badass. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude. Totally. Yeah. I mean, but I like how you said benediction. So you know how benediction, anathema, Rocktalar, they were like, they had such swag to the items. Like, did they still have that? Did they still have that in TBC and Wrath and stuff like that? Like that same
a little
level
bit.
Of, like,
I think it cargoes, like as the time went down, it was like a sliding scale going down. I mean, because even look at like Thunder Fury. You know, look at the. You know, I think like yeah, of course you had your Warglades of Azeroth, you know, which were legendaries, of course, but you had you know you had your gear that came. I think it was a sliding scale down. Like you had these epic items in Vanilla WoW that had these like epic stories behind them, that had these really cool things. TBC had items that were like really great. You know, there were a lot of tiers, so you were always constantly like upgrading more. Whereas in the vanilla, I feel like you could have an item, say like Ashkandi, for all vanilla, and never like replace it, and it'd still be good. You know what I mean? Yeah. In like a PvP scenario or things like that.
Vanilla
like,
items were still good in TVC, right? Like some of them.
A lot of them were, yeah. I mean, like a lot of people,
dude, stuff like that. Yeah.
Especially like your high warlord set, like when you first started PvPing. Like I remember when I first started PvPing on my rogue in the Burning Crusade, I was still like wearing all my PvP gear that I had from level 60.
Warriors with tier 3 could tank Karazhan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, Tier 3 was so amazingly good. And that's the thing, though, like, you had so limited amount of people that actually did Tier 3, got Tier 3 back in the day, that you had people, like, with Ashkandi for 2 years, you know? You had people with BRE for 2 years. You had people with Spinal Reaper for 2 years, and that's why those items became so, like, known for being, like, this item is so cool, I had it for so long, like, this item was like on my back for fucking 2 years. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you feel about the power level scaling into TBC? It was pretty severe from my perspective. I felt like it was actually pretty dramatic.
It was.
And still,
I mean, especially for never seeing it before.
Yeah. So you think it was pretty severe compared to
considering the little amount of people who actually had T3? Yeah. Right. Take that into account as well.
Mm-hmm.
So most players didn't even go into that. Well, most players didn't go into Nax. Even a smaller percentage got loot from Nax, and even a smaller percentage actually cleared Nax. Right?
If I remember correctly, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mo.
No, that's it. Yep.
No, if I remember correctly, like being a level 60 player, most people when I would inspect them, they would have dungeon blues, a couple pieces of like I'm talking about the majority of people at level 60, right? Most people I would inspect would have some dungeon blues, a couple epics, maybe a piece of tier 1, tier 2.
And those epics are probably from 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Or from a lot of ZG gear, right? A lot of ZG gear. And, you know, you would see occasionally a person decked out in tier 2. Occasionally a person decked out, you know, with benediction in all tier 2. And then occasionally, really rarely, like a person in tier 2.5, like fully decked out in tier 2.5. And then towards the end, like once in a while, rarely you see a person decked out in tier 3. And it was like nowadays on private servers, everyone's decked out in the tier that's out right now. Like that is not what it was like in vanilla.
I wonder what percentage of the player base actually had full tier 3, man. Back in the day, like real vanilla, like you think 1%?
Less than 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, how legendary must you be feeling?
That's the thing, man. It was.
That's why this whole post, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? No. It's like, yeah, in private servers you have a higher percentage that are in T3, of course you do, but you know, it's still going to be challenging. Considering how much time and effort's got to go to consumable farming as well. Let's not forget all that.
Bradley,
so you have the mechanics.
Another €5 right now, dude. When is the STV fishing comp likely to be released? Sunday fishing for hat and boots on my level 19 Biss Twinks was the most fun I've ever had in WoW. Does anybody know?
When is the STV fishing comp is likely to be released?
The competition, dude, like
hat and boots on.
The competition is likely to be released. I have no idea.
Fun I've ever had in WoW.
I remember. Well, and what do you get? You get the that epic
fishing stuff you can get.
Well, only one person can get the fishing rod, right?
Yeah, then I think so. Then there's like the boots,
per competition, I think. Yeah.
Patch 1.7. 1.7.
There you go.
What is 1.7? What is
Which
that?
will
PWL?
probably be phase 3. If my guess. No, sorry, phase 4. Phase 4, phase 5.
Phase 4, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find out which 1.7 is.
Because 1.7 was No. Is that Dragons of Night? No.
It's right before AQ.
Right before
AQ. So maybe Dragons of Nightmare? 1.7 was?
It's ZG.
ZG.
Oh, it's ZG, okay. Yeah. So it's phase 4, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, phase 4.
4, right, yeah.
Is that when you can get the piranha item where you go into the water, you have like aquatic form kinda? Love that thing, dude.
I think that's where you get that.
Yeah, it's from winning. I think it's from winning it.
Dude, fishing is not something.
I've never done fishing. Never done fishing, but I plan on doing it.
I'm leveling it on my main now. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But
like I like a lot of times as a priest, like I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna do first aid because I'm a priest. Like, dude, being a shadow priest, having first aid is really fucking helpful. Like, cause you don't have to drop out of shadow form if you want to heal, you know. So I'm gonna make sure like I'm gonna do my cooking all the way up, my fishing all the way up, everything. So I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
So what's our next forum post?
All right. So what's the consensus here? He's wrong, right?
You think
we spent a lot of time.
Sorry, what?
No, I just said we're still in that same forum post.
Yeah, but before we switch, I just want to know yes or no on buffing MC.
Oh, good question.
Buffing in what sense though? Like in the most like Blizzard's
armor, hit points, mechanic damage.
I say no.
I'm gonna say no. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. It's just the MC, man. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't know, man. It's something that I feel like could go wrong if they do it.
Right.
It could be. The thing is, I don't trust Blizzard changing things. You know what I mean? It's just like I just don't. I mean, even though selfishly I would like to see MC a little bit harder, I would.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they'll do it right or if they'll do it without affecting other parts of the game.
I mean, yeah, we were listening to Kevin Jordan last night on his Countdown to Classic, and when you really get a feel for how much design elements go into the game and how changing one thing can literally affect 100 things, you really get a sense of now you understand why so many people are no changes, right? Because the impact of changing one thing can literally change 100 things.
Yeah, so I had the very awesome opportunity to speak to Kevin Jordan about Shaman on Countdown to Classic, and I brought up class balancing as a whole, and we put out a recent video back in the, it was about a few weeks back about balancing, and is Classic well balanced? And of course, most people who watched it said no, left dislike, you guys are crazy, whatever, X, Y, and Z. But the point of that video was if you take the game in its entirety, if you take leveling PvE and PvP, and you look at it from an outside perspective, the game is balanced. And what I was trying, and Kevin agreed with me, and he said, yeah, the point is we tried not to affect other parts of the game. And people pigeonhole themselves and tunnel themselves in what they like. PvE, PvP, whatever. Their role, their spec, but you don't understand the overall consequences that could happen if you change something. And I was really good to hear from a developer say that. This is a guy who worked on the game. This isn't some dude, so that was really powerful. And it was a really awesome moment for me to be able to talk to that guy. So
legendary,
yeah.
Okay, right. I understand that, but my answer would be yes, and I would even buff the BWL a little bit.
How would you do it though? One way to do it, I'll throw it out there, is nerfing world buffs, or not allowing world buffs. Or what do you think about that? Or is that
they're already going to be pretty limited though?
Yeah.
Except for DM North.
If you give me the game director spot, I would go from 1.1 talents, of course, but that's not going to happen. So I would just give bosses a flat 5% increase in all stats, something like that, and see how it works out.
I see. Bradley Lockhart with the extra 5 gig. By the way, Carlos, these are great British pounds, bro. Not euros.
More beers for your buck.
You call them euros?
I'm such an uncultured swine, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Thank you.
The best was what was it? Little euros?
Mini euros.
Did you call them
mini euros? I called them mini euros by accident.
That was
Those
so
are
funny,
actually
dude.
maxi euros. It's worth more.
What did they call? I still don't know though. Are they not called mini euros? What are they?
It's a pound.
Centavos?
Euro
cents.
Euro cents. Okay, thank you.
Or just cents. They just say cents. Yeah.
Thank you for the 5
No, we say
pounds,
euros,
Bradley. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the 5 quid, mate.
Well,
Thank you for the
we
5 quid, mate.
5 quid. There you go.
5 quid. There you go. Now you're sounding like
There you
sounding like a.
We did it. All right, should we go to the next one? Next forum post? Next juicy, controversial, hot. Okay, which one do you want to talk about? We have a couple here. Mythic rating is a lot more tough. It's sort of in the same vein. There's another one.
Yeah,
which loot
in the
system
same
works
vein,
best? Which loot system? There's also dishonorable kills suck.
Those are two good ones. Okay, I like loot system and dishonorable kills. I like that.
There's more too. You want to do DHKs or which one do we do?
Crimson 28. There you go. with the
Oh,
$4.99.
Prime's on, dude. $5. BFA is to WoW
Is
what
to
Lil
what
Pump
Lil
is
Pump.
to rap music.
As of course you all know, I have no idea what Little Pump is.
I'm
So.
actually seeing some analogy.
Dude,
That little
Crimson
like
28.
that meme
Perfect.
like is going on right now in my head. I'm thinking about what he means by this, and I'm seeing something.
Little
yeah.
Pump is just a horrible rapper.
He's the voice of our generation, dude. Him and XXX Tentacion. That's funny, dude. Thanks for
That's
the
good.
5 Crimson.
BFA is
Crimson,
to
that
WoW
is- So who's
Little Pump? You gotta explain this to
rap
me.
Music.
He's a little pump chump.
He is
He's a one-pump chump.
He's the voice of our generation. He's a highly talented wordsmith. He's just quite a legend.
No, I'm assuming.
He's like a new, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just put it like that.
All right. So dishonorable kills, or there's also another one. Blizzard. I'm disappointed and frustrated. This is a long ass post.
Ugh.
Here we go. Okay, loot system or DHKs?
Can do both. Let's start.
Let's
Another
start with
donation.
those, yeah.
Damn, you guys are keeping
Buy-
it rolling, man. Carl
Buy a
Bishop.
Cavs Scout
Buy a
shirt.
Cavs Scout shirt. I mean, I would feel bad wearing a Cavs Scout shirt, bro. That's not my MOS. You know, I'd be disrespecting the Cavs Scouts out there. But you know, shout out to you, man. Salute to you. 14 years Cavs Scout, dude. Who would have that?
Damn.
Good for you, bro. Thanks for your service.
All right, dude. No one's gonna do it, so let's just do it then. Let's start with dishonorable kills. Let's start.
All right.
Can you link
Yeah.
it in Discord?
Buy a Cav
Oh,
Scout
sure.
shirt.
Yeah, it's right here. So this guy says, Swifty PvP fan lol. Alright. What the fuck if I want to pillage a town in the name of blood and agony? Why can't I do that?
Why agony?
I was say blood
He's a,
thunder.
he's a DK. Who knows?
If I want
Yeah.
to pillage a town in the name of blood and agony, why can't I do that? I gotta kill everyone except that level 12 bread vendor. Because Blizzard decided he's unkillable, or I lose all my progress to my PvP trinket. What the fuck, man? What do you guys think about
So-
dishonorables?
DHKs are a very mixed thing for me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I understand why Blizzard did it, but I also hate them. But I also appreciate it occasionally when I'm leveling, and the people don't kill my quest giver because they know it's a DHK.
Yeah, it's
But
all about
then-
perspective.
It's all about perspective. Absolutely, Meldron. Greatly said. Like, it is all about
What level's your
perspective.
character? You know, like,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, you go in the South Shore to like just f shit up, right? And you like your totem hits him, and you're like, son of a, and then like you know,
Which
and then he
happens to
dies
Meldron all the
somehow.
time.
You know, so it's you know it. But then you're leveling, and you're like, oh, my quest giver's not dead,
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, it's a tough one, dude. It's a tough one. It is kind of handholdy, like I said. Someone said it.
I mean, yeah, it is
but-
hand only. But
I don't know, man.
honestly, you get people who just don't give a fuck anyway and just kill them. Like, it happens.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
do. Yeah.
Yeah, people like, you know, I saw someone who had so much honor, just like, he was like, oh, I got a DHK. But it matters more, right, the higher rank you are, right? So, like, if you're a lower rank and you get a DHK, it's not as big as a deal if you get a DHK and you're rank 13 or rank 12, rank 11, whatever. You know what I mean? Going to hit rank 13. So, yeah, I don't like them. I mean, I wish they could figure out another way to get out that design flaw.
Dishonorable kills. If you don't know what
Yeah.
DHK is.
Yeah, so DHK is not a it's not a death hoser knight. It's your death hoser knight. They're actually dishonorable kills. So
Yeah.
basically, guys, you know, if you don't know, there'll be people in the town such as quest givers and stuff like that, and if you kill them, it's considered a dishonorable kill, and it could be a huge detriment to your progress while ranking in vanilla. So, yeah, especially the higher rank you are, the more punishment you kind of get for
If
it.
they remove
which
DHKs, would
sucks.
it be no changes?
No.
If they remove DHKs, it will not be no change. It would still be no changes because there was a point where DHKs did not
Well,
exist.
that's true. That's
That's
true.
what I'm saying.
True.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at right now. They could remove
Yeah.
it, and it would still sort of be no changes. So one thing that bothers me about DHKs is it disincentivizes world PvP, like raiding on capitals and stuff. Like people that are
Yeah.
ranked, they have to be very sensitive
Yeah,
towards
slishers,
DHK. They have to be very sensitive towards dishonorable kills because they could ruin their whole. They could ruin their whole, you know, bracket or whatever it's called. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like,
I remember when we went to go kill Bolvar like every day, and you know, don't kill that person right there. You know, he's a DHK, like, and you got to be really careful with You know, and if you're in a raid group and one person kills him or one person kills him, you're screwed. Like, so one person...
Which is weird. I never understood that. Maybe they should change that.
Yo, Rubik said something interesting, dude. No DHK weekends. They do like weekends to try it out where there be no DHKs and you just clap every like bread vendor across the land and nobody can quest and everything.
Honestly, I think they should just pull up their big boy pants and say, you know what, guys? No DHKs in Classic. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dane?
As long as the balance between Horde and Lions is there, it should be fine. I always, when I was leveling in vanilla, I always thought it was kind of cool that it was possible to take over an entire Horde city for a couple of hours, days maybe. And it was one of my goals when I finally hit 60 to do that someday, but then the DHKs came, so I rather have no DHKs, but we need some good balance, otherwise one of the factions can just totally screw the other one.
That's a good point.
So I have a question. When Battlegrounds come out, does it even matter anymore? Because no one's progressing that way anymore.
I just thought of another good question too, but I think it does completely matter because people still do it though.
No, what I mean is like, everyone complains about it because of honor progression, right? And people who really care about honor progression won't be doing city raids anymore.
Oh, so what you're saying is make DHKs not available while there aren't battlegrounds, and then once battlegrounds come out, make the DHKs available.
No, I don't know. That could make everyone happy.
No. I mean, the thing is about DHKs. So yes, like when battlegrounds come out, the incentive to do world PvP and to do these big raids on cities will be lowered, right? But then if you put DHKs, it'll be lowered even more. So I don't know. I actually am thinking about it. I'm not too passionate about this because I don't know, man. I guess I'd prefer none, considering that they didn't have them for a little while.
And it's no changes because it was like that in
it's no change either way. Right, so either way they go, the no changes crowd is going to be like,
So break it down in real simple terms. What are the pros for DHKs? What are the cons? Right off the bat, one of the cons would be, to me at least, that they could kill every quest giver with no penalty. So you're literally at Saldine's farm in the Westfall, and there's an undead rogue literally waiting there until the guy to respawn, and then you just collapse him real quick, and then you can never quest.
And your whole city could be completely filled with alliance for if you're on a server that's not, like Union said, if you're on a server that's very, say, ally heavy or horde heavy, your city could literally be like gone, wiped off the face of the earth for a whole day or two, which I think is cool. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Like, okay, you got to figure out something else to do now, you know. But when I see a group of alliance come to Tarren Mill, or say Tarren Mill, right? First thing I do is, like, I don't care what I'm doing, I hop my priest and I got my ass over there because I love that feeling of like defending my town. I think it's so cool. I don't care if I get killed 20 times, whatever. I think it's great.
But it's only cool if it's like for 2 days, or that's a long time already. But then it's still a little bit cool. But if it's like forever, if you are like 20% alliance and 80% horde, so then it's not cool anymore.
Well, that's why we need phasing. No, I'm just kidding. But I have another question that's kind of off of this after we're done this.
Isn't this kind of big plays, though? We're coming to a consensus that no DHKs would be preferable? This is kind of like good.
I think what Melderon said is interesting, right? Because if you look at it before BGs come out, maybe then, like, and that would be more in the vanilla, right? Because you're having no DHKs in the early game, which was like how it was in vanilla, right? So you had no DHKs in the beginning, and then when BGs came out, which isn't exactly how it happened in vanilla, but you could say in classic when BGs do come out, then maybe you think about implementing.
So you had this world defense chat, which you could only have access to
local defense
rank,
or is it local defense?
I don't remember.
Local defense. Yeah,
okay,
local defense.
So are you sure?
Yeah, because world chat wasn't in vanilla.
Yeah. World chat was not in vanilla.
And there wasn't like a world defense chat. I thought. I might be wrong.
Oh, I think there was a local. I think you could join local defense, and it would tell you what cities were being attacked.
Yes,
that's how it works.
Okay. Yeah, and that was only accessible from rank 10. I don't know, something
that's
pretty
so
high.
Freaking flavorful and cool. Wow, I wouldn't know. I never got rank 10 of vanilla, but
I think that's really interesting. And
I do too.
If we have that system early on, we don't need DHKs. and then maybe when the battlegrounds come, everyone could have access to that local defense chat, I think, from that moment. So then it doesn't matter that much.
That's a good point. I mean, and you know, so I have an interesting question. If you guys want to talk about this anymore, I have a really interesting question, and I really want to know what you guys want to think about this. If you guys are ready for it.
I'm ready for it. Bless us.
All right. So I mentioned it in my chat the other day, and I myself. So how do you guys feel on battle groups versus single realm battlegrounds?
Single realm.
Single realm, yeah.
Yeah.
AV would be the only one that I'd be a little bit whatever about, but I
honestly don't care what happens to
Valorant hates it.
See, I am a huge advocate for single realm battlegrounds as well, and I know a lot of people aren't because they're worried about queue times. They're worried about, like Dunedin said, if there is a huge imbalance on the server, if there's 80-20, if there's 40, even a 70-30, 40-60 would cause a lot of issues on a single server battleground.
They can solve it with free transfers from one server to the other. So.
What I would say is, how do you take content that's normally boring and potentially repetitive and turn it into something juicy and something dynamic and cool? You make it like this narrative behind it. Like, so if you're doing AV, which you've done 9 million times, but you're doing it against like one of your rivals or someone who knows you and you built a reputation and they've built a reputation and you're looking out for them on the battleground. And that is so cool to me. I think that's a massive, massive value add. At the same time, queue times could be longer. There's always pros and cons to each line of play, but
it's gonna make ranking harder. You know, it's gonna, which is good. I mean, technically, it's not gonna make ranking harder. It's about, relative to how many people are ranking and doing PvP. But the thing is, right, is like, longer queue times could mean more world PvP. Right, it could mean more people are going out and going to do Town Mill versus Slasher while they're waiting for the queue to pop. That's a thing that I like to think. Like, I think that waiting for queues can necessarily be a good thing, and that's a lot of the reasons why a lot of times, like when I go and queue for AV, I'll go to Alterac Valley, queue there so that I'm close to like Town Mill and I can PvP there. And when I'm out of the queue, I'll pop, there and can re-queue there. So
do we need battle masters in the main cities?
I think eventually, you would, but just because people are going to want to do that anyway, eventually. But I personally would like to go to the actual place and do the and queue there so I could roll PvP while I'm there. That's my idea of it, and it's a lot different than what I'm used to on private servers, which is why I want to do it. But as long as you join a healthy population server, like say you're at my ideal server would be a 3K population server, right? That is like almost 50-50. Maybe 60-40, whatever. I think that is an ideal server size, an ideal server ratio, and I think World PvP Battlegrounds could be very healthy with that. But it's going to be a hard deal to try to get that on every server,
Yeah, it's impossible probably, but that doesn't mean we need tools like cross-server BGs to solve it. There are other ways they can try to solve it. But I would like no battle masters to start, so we have those battles at the entrances of the battlegrounds, like it was.
Yeah, I think you should travel to the battleground. I agree with that too. That'd be cool too.
I like more of a reason to have to get the world involved in general, right? Like people always say that the world is a character in vanilla. It's not just you. The world is its own living, breathing thing, and to get more reasons, more incentives to get people out in the world, fighting and engaging with the world, and having to travel places, and have. I think that would be sweet. One thing I will say though about the DHKs, thinking about it, as the impact of one dude who is into killing civilians he could make a massive impact. Like, he could kill lots and lots of quest givers, and it might like pan out in a way where even if you had like 5-10 people who are dedicated to doing that, you could really like just destroy questing. I don't know. I mean, think about it. What if you had like 5 undead rogues who are dedicated to just killing all the Westfall people?
And it happens. Like that, there will be people doing it. Like, it happens now on private servers, even though DHKs.
I think it's part of the charm of playing on a PvP server. The idea that it could happen. But
And you know what? Yeah, you're right.
There must always be a way to combat it. So if there's no way,
That's
not
true,
good.
Dunedain. It does. I like that because it makes the advantages and disadvantages of going normal or PvP more clear too, right? They have a recourse. They can always just go re-roll on another PvE server.
Very true.
Yeah,
very
when you
true.
say that makes a lot of sense to me.
That's why I like the idea. Like if you choose a PvP server, you know what you're getting into. You're getting into a world that is at war with each other, right? Where anything could happen. Your city could be taken over. Your quest givers can be killed. You might have to go out and grind for a couple hours. Big deal. You know what I mean? Maybe now you can go do that dungeon you were waiting to do. Or you could try to get a group of people and fight back. Because
Spamming
guess
the
what?
local
The cool thing
defense.
about vanilla WoW is 20 level 28s can kill a level 60.
True.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fucking awesome,
That
and
is
it's
so
amazing, and it's so much fun.
Dude,
when you
3
get-
level 40s are gonna annihilate 60.
But the thing is, like, how I remember being on my rogue, my gnome rogue, I think, or my dwarf. I'm sorry, God, gnome rogue. Cargos. I was thinking about you. I was on my
God.
dwarf rogue, or it was one of my characters, and
You would have
I was leveling up, and they came to the city, a hunter, a level 60 hunter, and a level 50-ish paladin. And the city, it took a little while, but we all banded together and killed them and camped them. We as level 25s, 26s, camped a level 60 and a level 50. Like, there is no better feeling than
That is
killing.
And one guy said a really good thing. Yo, Sven said World of Warcraft with war capitalized. And the polar opposite of what we're talking about right now is honestly, and it was a big detriment to me in BFA. I don't know why they did it. So I was watching all the BFA trailers, right? BFA was coming out. The trailers actually looked pretty hype. I was like, damn, this is looking kind of cool. It looked like they were almost going back to a more kind of definitive black and white Horde versus Alliance PvP style type of thing. But then they have this whole war mode thing where you can only kill people if they like manually put themselves into war mode.
Yeah.
That is absolute insanity to me. I literally fill me in, dude. Someone help me here. I need to understand why they did that.
OG made a amazing video. He went into BFA and he said the war mode is interesting, but here's the big catch with war mode. There's so many graveyards that if you gank someone and say if like there's another enemy near you and you like pull a mob, before you kill that mob, the person's back with 80% health. You res with 80% health.
Really?
And like, there's really no buffs, right? So you don't have to worry about buffing yourself, drinking, all this shit. World PvP, they had a good idea with the war mode thing, right? Because it incentivizes world PvP. But the problem is, you get into these never-ending bullshit scuffles.
Explain to me how it incentivizes world PvP. I'm missing something here. I already know.
You get stuff for doing it. You get like a higher XP gain or something like that. You get things for having war mode enabled.
And is that working? Is that working as intended in BFA? Is that something?
OG said there's a lot of people flagged. That wasn't the problem.
But
the
correct me
issue
if I'm wrong. This removes the whole idea of just like fighting people who are out questing out in the open world. People that are just. That's part of the flavor of a World of Warcraft.
No. Yeah, a lot of people are flagged because it helps them quest. Does that make sense?
Okay. So even just the normal people leveling regularly are flagged.
Yeah, because they get more XP per turn in and they get better rewards. So it actually incentivizes having more mode turned on. But the issue he said was it's not about that. It's about the fact that you can't... The skirmishes aren't skirmishes. There's no real skirmish. You just keep fighting each other over and over again because you just keep rezzing right away. And two, you try to attack someone, they do that thing where they call that bird to pick them up.
Oh yeah.
And it's so you're I'm gonna gank this. Yeah. And it's like as soon as that cast goes off, you can't get him. It's everyone has a bubble hearth. Everyone has a bubble hearth. So like
Basically, yeah, go on.
Yeah. So it's just silly. They tried to incentivize world PvP, but in the end, the quality of life issues just destroyed it again.
Okay, so I guess this is everything where, okay, I misunderstood it, so I'm definitely going to just say that. I misunderstood it, but one thing is, like, I think there's a certain element of immersion that gets killed when people have to manually turn that on, though.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It makes it feel like less of a world. Like, right now, in the real world, someone could come into my house and try and do a home invasion right now. Like, that could happen right now. I don't have to flag myself for it. Like, I'm just saying, this is like, this is stuff that happens in the real world, you know? So, like, the
You
fact...
can't get me wrong, that flag.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro, I didn't flag myself for a home invasion, dude. You can't come in, man. Like, I'm just
No,
saying,
I
like
agree,
that's
Cargos,
the
yeah.
real world. Like people are capable of doing anything at any time, and that's the immersion is there for me. So when you have to like manually toggle it on, it feels very strange to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm alone.
And
Yeah.
basically what happens is that the faction that has highest population always has it turned on, and the other faction always has it turned off.
But does it matter because of sharding though, and because
It
of like
does
no
matter,
servers? Oh,
Yeah.
because wait a minute though. But there's no such thing as PVE and PvP servers anymore, right? But there are RP servers, right? So, and RP servers, do they have that function as well?
Yeah, apparently RP PvP, you can't. So I didn't understand this. Apparently there is no war mode in those servers or something.
Right, because it's only one server, so it would be really
Yeah, there's no.
imbalanced, I guess.
I'm sorry. There still is war mode, but there's no sharding. So
there's no- right,
your
exactly,
RP PvP server is all you see. I didn't know that until
Yes.
recently.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
So why shouldn't you play on that one?
I would,
I know,
if I ever play
yeah.
retail again, I'm going right to an
Yeah.
RP PvP server.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that's
Another dono
got
with
another
a how much,
$5 or
dudes?
£5
5
pound,
quid.
sorry.
Is that quid?
Yeah.
Is that mini
Quid,
euro?
that's
Is that
five
euros?
quid,
Is that
that's quid.
pesos, dude? Is this?
Those
Euros
are
and E. Euros and E.
Okay,
those
okay.
Pounds.
I'm pretty sure you're okay. Thank you. Let's let the robot talk.
Played
Okay.
from the end of BC. I've been prepping for vanilla, and damn, is good that feels you.
So yeah, anyway, I mean,
Get
I think
stuck
war
in
mode
back
would be
in time.
great
So hyped, guys.
if they didn't have these quality of life issues that just make it stupid again. I mean, I agree, Cargos. Turning on and off is stupid. I
To
agree.
me, it
You
kills a
should-
little bit of the immersion. Thank you for
Yeah,
the
it
5
does.
quid, though, mate. Thank you for the 5 quid. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Mike.
Thank you, mate.
Still
Appreciate it.
played.
Scrumpy
We're
Joe
not doing it.
in the house, dude.
Still played.
What's your address,
like-
dude? DM me on Discord, man. I'll give it to you. Write me a letter.
You careful with that, Cargos. You don't want to do a PO box, but so anyway, like I think it's so amazing though because I love how unique vanilla PvP is and how beautiful it is. Like, and the fact is, you know, I think a lot of these good reasons to have, like we said, with the HK thing is still kind of up in the air with a lot of people. But I think, you know, maybe do what Melderon said, have that in the beginning and then change. But my thing is, man, I really want one single battleground per server, like one, no battle groups is what I'm trying to say, because you know when the stars align, you know, a lot this equal that and the other. But the thing is, man, it'll promote world PvP. It'll promote, you know, yeah, you might have to wait a little bit longer. And the thing about Classic is, everything's not fast paced. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to wait, but that's time that you can. When you're waiting for your queue, you could be out farming. When you're waiting for your queue, you could be out farming. You know, killing people in world PvP. So I look at it like that. You know what I mean? In the essence of vanilla and when it was back then, there was all these amazing things that happened because that's how it was back then. Now battle groups did come out at the end of vanilla. I think 1.12. And, you know, yeah, it made queuing a lot easier, made it a lot quicker, but I feel like World PvP even died even more at that point. So
I just want to say, if it did come out that late, why put it in at all? Just leave
well,
it.
I mean, we're doing a 1.12 talent.
It's
So-
interesting though. So pretty much the whole changes no changes thing. It's interesting as we flesh this stuff out. It's some stuff like they can make a decision either way and still be no changes, right? Like there was a period of time without the cross realm BGs, like so they could go that direction, and there's an argument to be said that is no changes still, and the same thing with the dishonorable kills and stuff like that. I'm gonna post a straw poll in the link, guys. A straw poll in the chat right now. Do you want dishonorable kills or not? We've said our piece, we've expressed what we think, but this is a two-way street, yo. So it's not a circle jerk. We want to hear what you guys have to say and where you guys are at as far as dishonorable kills. I think that's an interesting thing that's not talked about a whole lot. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think even though I don't really want them, I think they're going to be there. Honestly, that's how I feel.
Maybe test the waters. Dishonorable
I
kill
hope it will
weekend, man.
be in 2 periods, like Melderon suggested.
Yeah, I think maybe you should have made a third option with 2, but no, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's actually
Yeah,
really close right now. Check this out.
Yeah, but
26
people.
Dude,
Yeah,
wow.
that's right.
This is
People like 'em.
polarizing.
So far,
Yeah.
but it's very split. Yeah.
28,
Yeah.
31 to 28. Wow, that's so close, dude.
I see 45 to 55 now, and then
Percentages. She's talking about the
Yeah.
votes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
just the
yeah,
number of
gotcha.
votes. Yeah, yeah. Man, people are really on the fence with it. It's an interesting thing, though. It doesn't get talked about a whole lot. I think they would be able to get away with it. No dishonorable kills. Make it a little bit more hardcore. Make it, and people can always roll on a PvE server, right? If they hate it and they're like, I'm tired of my quest giver getting clapped, like, just reroll PvE, and that would give more of an incentive to go on PvE servers, man.
You should do one for the servers after this too.
And that would really make local defense more poppin'. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always found local defense really flavorful. Like, little low alts can call out for help. Like, hey man, I'm getting ganked, and then you come to the rescue. I love that, dude. I've done that so much, dude. Yeah. When I was farming on Maraudon on my hunter, you know how you always have to go to Nigel's Point and vendor all your stuff, right? I would always make an effort as I was going back to Maraudon to help out the little people. Like, I'll see warlocks ganking them, and I'll just get off my mount and clap them real quick, and they'd be so grateful and saying like, "Thank you so much, dude. He's been ganking me." I like that.
I love
that's
that
a cool,
too.
That's a cool feeling, you know.
It's me too. Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. That's
one
just
of my
part of the
favorite
game.
parts of the game, honestly. Yeah.
And wouldn't you think that in a real war, like, you would get that kind of stuff happening, man? You would see people, especially more on the horde side. I'll admit that is a more of a horde centric thing. I think that class fantasy wise or faction fantasy, an orc going into like a human city and killing like the barmaid,
right?
You know, like that's just I don't know. That's, who knows? Yeah, you know, like or whatever. Or the guy selling like bread, and this orc just comes over and decapitates him. Yeah, like I don't know.
Can you do one for the cross server battle groups and single server battle?
Okay,
battle
yeah, we can do that for sure. Let's see what this ended up with. So we voted just now, dishonorable and honorable. People are still voting, dude. Crazy, over 100 votes in the chat.
Wow.
It's very divided. Right now, it's 58% yes. So we're in the minority, guys. We have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We are in the minority.
It's pretty close, though. Pretty close.
Most people want dishonorable kills. We have to really keep that in mind. That's something I will definitely pay note of. So thank you for your feedback. That is very valuable, because without this, we would just think maybe a lot of you are on the same page. So it's good to see that people...
In an ideal setting, I would want probably what Melderon said. So not have them in the beginning and then have them at the end, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind not having them ever, but I would really like what Maldoran said as well.
Alright, bear with us, guys. Just bear with. We really appreciate your engagement. We're going to do one more straw poll on cross-realm battlegrounds, yes or no. So, if you could be so kind.
So,
if
you want cross-realm battlefields, they would hit yes, right?
Right. So, let me again, guys, cross-realm battlegrounds didn't come until patch 1.12. Before that, it was one server for every battleground, so you would see people all the time on the same server, and in my opinion, it promoted more of that server pride and faction pride, and made world PvP better. But again, you could have quicker times with the battle groups as well. So really interested in what you guys think.
Right.
So and Noah's winning out right now.
Could you do like partial cross realm with only some BGs? I feel like it's an all or none type of deal. I don't know. Like, could you do just AV cross realm, then Warsong?
It's possible.
You could, because it requires 40 people. You know, that could be a thing where AV requires the most.
That's not a bad idea, Cargos. That's really not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would be on board for that. I would be on board for only letting cross.
Anything to make AV go faster.
Yeah, honestly, I would actually be on board for that.
Yeah.
Even though, I don't know, because I mean, it would be awesome though having 40 people from your faction on each side.
It would.
Yeah.
It would be cool. You'd recognizing a lot of names and stuff, and I really do appreciate.
DKs are the final nail on the coffin for PvP.
What? Lost you for a second.
Lost your Cargos.
DKs, no one will leave the main cities.
Stop talking. We just got a donation, that's why I stopped. John Kevin with the $5, dude. DKs are the final nail in the coffin for PvP. If you have BGs and DKs, no one will leave the main cities. Thank you for the 5, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. I honestly like no DKs. I think a lot of the top-ranked PvPers, too, would be relieved, because that's a liability for them.
Oh, yeah,
to rank,
absolutely.
They probably like PvP combat, right? They love PvP. They're ranking seriously. They would love to show off their gear and reputation and all their hard work in a big raid, raiding Stormwind or raiding Orgrimmar, and they potentially can't because it's too much of a liability, because you could break the brackets. It's I don't know.
So, Mercurier says that cross realm in EU is cancer. I wonder why.
Yeah, because there are different language realms.
Different languages. Wow.
I think in the 1.12, the cross servers were only with the same language servers. I'm not entirely sure. I think they changed it later, so it could match a Russian or a German or a French server. I
Right.
think in the original version, it was
Dude, that's gotta be a
the same.
cluster F, dude. Can you imagine going to the AV and there's like 5 different languages?
Achtung! Achtung!
What would it be? What is it, Dunedin? Do you have any experience? Is it like German, French? I mean, is it literally all of them? German, French
No, there's
people?
no
you-
Dutch realm. But you have German, French, English, Russian, Spanish, I think Portuguese,
Italian?
Wow.
Italian. I don't know about Italian, but I guess so.
Yeah, that's gotta be horrible.
God,
Yeah.
try to
There's no,
communicate
there's
with
no
each other.
Dutch realm. Dutch and Belgian play on English.
Imagine like Russians, Germans, and American and English. It would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they actually are they matched in retail. I know you can play against the Russian team. If you play like an rated battleground, you can play against other languages.
The only other language that like on my servers, the only ones I've been mixed with is Brazilians. So,
Which
Well-
can be hard to
BR?
do as well.
right, because
Ja,
they
ja,
are
ja,
the
ja.
same. They're the same time as us, or similar to it. They're close to us.
Yeah, same time. It's similar time zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times you'd be like looking for a group or looking for raid, and you would get a lot of Portuguese-speaking people. So that was the only mix that we would ever get over here in my personal experience in the States is only being mixed with Brazilians, which wasn't that big because a lot of the Brazilians could speak English, but yeah.
No, look, Andrew Stevenson's
Ja, ja, ja.
first.
Andrew
What'd he say?
Stevenson's. Just
I'm not gonna read it out.
Colossal dump, boys. Let's get it,
Let's
dude.
get it.
Congrats,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Big congrats to Andrew Stevens.
Good for you, bro. Good for
I'm
you.
not gonna read it.
I'm happy for you, man.
Well, I don't know.
He said dump.
That's funny, man.
I'm old school. Sorry, guys. Anyway,
Should we move on to next one? Next topic? We're covering some good ground here. I really like
So
these
what do we get
chronicles.
on the cross server? So
Oh, yeah.
wow, 58 said no and 42 said yes.
A lot of votes.
All right,
though. People
so-
really are engaging, though. I really
Yeah.
appreciate 120 votes, guys. That's amazing, man.
That is awesome. So no
It's a lot
cross-run
closer.
battlegrounds.
A lot closer than I expected.
Yeah,
I
these-
thought it would be 90% no.
These two are really close. I know a lot of people who want battle groups, man. I told you. I know a lot of people.
That want battle groups? Why? Because they just went faster
yeah.
queue times. What are the pros? Faster queue times.
Faster queue
and-
times, more battlegrounds per hour or whatever. And
Okay.
also that's just
Honestly,
it's
another thing is you probably can't rig like the matchups as well. Like if you're only on your one server, you'd probably be able to consistently
less pre-mades, exactly.
be able to like
Yeah.
consistently pair up pre-mades and stuff, and maybe people could throw the game intentionally. You never know, man. Like when you put in
Right.
that cross realm
That's true.
factor, like you can't really rig it that much. You just get matched up with another server, and then it
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so it's
I didn't think about
you
that.
know pre-mades
Oh,
against
and
yeah.
What someone in chat says, for lower levels than 60, it's probably way too long queue time. So
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, like when I'm leveling up, I get my PvP through World PvP. I very rarely do. I may do my AV quests while I'm leveling at level 50, in my mid 50s. But honestly, like I've done Arathi Basin at like the 39 bracket a couple times. I usually get my World PvP. I usually get my PvP while leveling through World PvP personally. So
Yeah,
it's not
same.
that big of a thing for me.
Mhm.
So
Makes
there are a lot longer queue times, but in the meantime, you can do world PvP, you can do other stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a pro or a con for cross realm.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Oh yeah, it all depends on and like Quar says, it does depend on server size. So if they get 5, so say they do 5K servers, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason at that point to have battle groups, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel you. When
If
you're at
they
the
do
2,500
5,000.
mark, maybe it's a little
Yeah.
more compelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's so hard because you have to balance it. I feel like you couldn't have some realms with battle groups, some realms without it. You'd have to kind of just make a decision across all of them.
Right. That's why I think 3K is like perfect, like 3,000, because I think you could still have single server battlegrounds without a problem at that point.
Yeah. One thing I have to say though, cross-realm battle groups, guys, let me know what you think. twinks, though. I do like twinks. I like the existence of the twink brackets. With cross-realm battle groups, the twink game would be much more robust. There would be a lot more people queuing up for it. Honestly, that sways me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, maybe 5-10% towards the other direction, because that's a whole nother thing, man. I'd love to see a robust twink meta. I love that, dude, personally. I don't know.
But you can make, like, I have, like, technically a level 40 twink, but he's world PvP, so he's not really twinked. But, like, you can still twink out your character for world PvP, in essence. You know what I mean? People do that as well.
Yeah, I never understood twinking, personally.
So what you can do is just gear the hell out of your character for STV when you go and do questing for STV. But yeah, that way you're still getting experience, so you're not going to maintain that level, but at least you can be at the max while you're leveling up.
Let's hear Melderon's position on this. Why from your perspective, Melderon, why you don't understand twinking?
I can see maybe if you already if it's an alt, right? Okay, I get that. But if it's not, I think you have to have it. You has to be an alt because you can't filter gold to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I love the leveling experience. I love raiding. I love endgame stuff. I don't want to sit around at level 19 and have like not even all my spells. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. I just think from my perspective, it's another meta that you can chew on and digest and min-max. It's another just like fresh little bracket that you can develop like a kind of, expertise on and understand, and like the interactions between classes are going to be different, right? At different level brackets. Some people don't have all their tools, right? So it's just another juicy thing you can sink your teeth into, another meta, another thing you can do. That's all it is. But I haven't twinked to some super high level, but I have made level 1900 twinks in the past, and I do enjoy it.
I think 39 twinks are the most fun because you get more of the fun stuff, but and then the classes that do have movement speed increases are just so good about like being a shaman as a level 39 twink is a lot of fun.
Yeah, because no one else will come out, right? Yeah, big thing.
Yeah, but you are just like 1 point away from Storm Strike, which sucks. But but you're also nobody else has their level 40 talents either, so it's pretty cool too. Yeah, but there are.
It's also another reason, again, to say this is another thing that might make you think like it a little bit more, Melderon, is that there's reasons now to farm certain items. Like it just gives more items, like reasons and niches that are.
So more people run dungeons, more people do this, more people do that.
Without twinking, certain items that are really cool and flavorful, there would be no reason to get them, right? Just get 60 and do whatever you got to do. But now the fact that there is a reason to get them, I like that as well.
I mean, it's to each his own, and I know there are some people out there who actually twink at like say level 19 or whatever because they can't put that much time into the game, so they'll twink a guy at level 19, even if they don't have enough gold to like get him really maxed out. But some people just can't play at that higher level to where they can play more. So there are those people as well.
Aren't you really required to have a 60 though to get to
a lot of
twink?
times I think you would, but I've heard people who don't. And I don't know how the hell you get your gold. You'd have to play the auction house, I guess, in order to get your gold like that. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next foreign topic. Let's see what we got here. So I'll read two of them. We'll decide. So one is which loot system works best. That's a whole nother thing to digest. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one, right? The next one is Blizzard. I'm disappointed and frustrated. This guy is saying that there are certain things he's very passionate about. Sharding being one. He's listing off things in the demo that he didn't like. This is another beast of the post, though. Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the loot system.
What's the TLDR?
Okay, I'll read the first paragraph. I'll start by saying I came into playing the demo with an open mind, and after playing, I still do have an optimistic hope for the future. Okay, that's good. Seems like a somewhat positive guy. As much as I was happy with being able to get my hands on a demo, I'm as much disappointed in it. My disappointment comes with the progress of the current build. The entire project started 2 years ago. Let's say it took them 1.5 years to have a build that will work with 1.12 and Battle.net client side. Once they have the build, they can work on the last 6 months. Basically, just seems like they added the classic graphics and some back-end interface things. It's hard to believe that it will be done by summer 2019. Okay, nothing too crazy there. I mean, he's just saying that the demo was scuffed, really, and that it feels like they're working backwards instead of going to rebuild something, which we're all on the same page of. But he's talking about sharding. He doesn't like sharding. Legion itemization, like one plus crit. You guys remember on the demo there was weird items like that?
Yes.
Rogue energy. He's talking about the demo stuff. And okay, so one of the interesting things to talk about this is that this is why I do think it might be, and I say might, be advantageous to have a beta, because there's probably, this forum post is representative to probably thousands of people who might be feeling the same way, right? So if there was a beta, it could show that there was progress on that original, on the demo before launch, before going into a direct launch. I don't know. Maybe not.
I would like a beta personally. I kind of see where he's coming from here. I mean, yeah, I was disappointed after the demo as well with a lot of things, but I think a lot of the things he's bringing up are quick fixes. I really do. I don't think it's going to take a lot of time to change item tooltips. I don't think it's going to take a long time to fix rogue energy gain. But yeah, the fact that they were there though is troubling. But at the same time, I don't know. I think
there were a lot of things that I noticed too, like in the demo that I didn't like, which was a lot of the animations, like the wanding animation was fluid, and it was totally from the newer animations. And I wonder, are they going to be addressing these things? You know, they never really talked about that. No one really brought it up. But a lot of the animations in the demo were not vanilla animations, and that really bothered me because from the get-go we were told that at least I thought the animations were going to be the same, you know. So I didn't like that at all, honestly, and I hope that we get some kind of blue post or something saying that, listen, you know, the animations. I remember there were certain spell casts and noises and sounds that weren't vanilla either, like the bow sound was off.
Yeah, another quick fix though, right? I mean,
I mean, they technically could be quick fixes, but they could have been oversights as well. They could have been things that they don't plan on fixing.
I feel like Blizzard could just take this post and just like bada bing, bada boom, go down the list and be like, that was just on the demo, that was just on the demo, that was just on the demo. It's gonna be fixed, no problem, no problem, and that would probably make a massive impact for a lot of people of where they're at right now. Real quick, there's a Twitch Prime sub. I am Bofet, longtime supporter of the channel. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch, man. Welcome.
Oh yeah.
But I think, like you said, Meldron, a lot of this is quick, and it probably would benefit Blizzard. Maybe they're trying to slow drip it though. Maybe that's why, just to get maximum like community support. Maybe they're gonna go through a couple of these at a time, slow drip some of their position on a lot of this stuff. But looking at this post, there is a lot of stuff that's crazy. No key rings, summoning stones can't jump underwater. Like, yeah, the demo was definitely kind of messed up. I don't know.
Yeah, it really was.
It was. There's a lot of parts that were just like, what the, you know, like how did they got this stuff wrong? But
yeah, I think they saw how much money they could make from doing that, and honestly, you know, I personally would have rather seen a beta than the demo. Like I would have seen, and the great thing about beta is, you know, it's a longer process, and we could have gotten in there, and like there's so many things that I forgot about until after the demo. I was like, shit, I forgot to look at this, I forgot to look at that, I forgot to look at this, I forgot to look at that. And you know, if you have a beta, you have something that you can have for a couple weeks to a couple months, and you know, Blizzard, we can have an ongoing conversation, say this is wrong, what's up with this, what's up with that, and actually, you know, because they have this rapport with us now, right, where they're talking to us and this and that and the other, but what better way to have that open rapport than with a beta? So
I really fear a beta might kill the hype.
And that's the only downside of it, right?
So explain that to me, though. Explain why it would kill the hype. I'm trying to clear my mind right now. What would kill the hype?
Many people didn't play private servers, and they will try out the classic World of Warcraft for the first time again since many years in the beta, instead of doing that when the game launches. So that fresh feeling will be in the beta instead of when the game actually launches.
And they may not like the beta, but they could have maybe liked the launch.
Yeah, that, or they invest a lot of time and effort in their beta character, while they should do that in the...
That's a good point, man. I feel you.
Good point.
Yeah.
It's
good
almost
points
like,
on both ends.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like, because people are looking for that first taste. It's so important, and there's certain like sort of critical mass you have to reach to make the game really successful. And if you kind of slow drip that taste, maybe the nostalgia impact and all of the impacts won't be as high when the thing actually releases, right?
Yeah. So I'd rather have no beta, or if we have a beta, really short one, few days on a certain level to test some things out,
But what if the launch is scuffed though, because some shit is still fucked up? That's the thing. I don't know. Hopefully they're having some internal beta. I mean, they have to be right now, right? Like.
Also, imagine BlizzCon without the demo. I don't know, man. It would be
true.
Even worse.
But like, if we have a summer launch, you know, is there even time for a beta at this point?
It's kind of late.
It's getting close, yeah.
It's getting really close. I don't think there will be now that I'm thinking about it more.
There might be.
I just hope they friggin' fix this shit, dude.
And that's the thing. I hope that we don't have a really bad launch and there be still a ton of issues at launch.
If they're not gonna have a beta, they need to go through this and then just knock them out with a little, like, you know, community manager comment on each one of these things, saying like, guys, lots of concerns on the beta. All that shit is fixed. Don't worry about it. We're going right into launch. Don't even worry about it. That was literally just due to being rushed. No problem. It's not like it's an oversight at all. Like, we got it all under control. Something like that.
I think we could have a stress test for a few hours, like 3 days.
So that's what Attica said, is like maybe a limited beta, like the demo was. So maybe having, but then that would irk a lot of people, right? Because if I didn't get access to the beta, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Thing is, though, okay, so the recent blue posts we've had have been talking about like very nuanced things potentially, right? Like stuff that
Justin Loktaro Garb.
What, we got another donation?
Yeah, donation. Yep.
$2
$2, dude.
Justin
Loktar
Caldwell.
friends, hell yeah, Justin, dude. Thank you for
hell yeah.
Poor June Dane.
yeah, poor dude, Dane. The poor lonely paladin. The thing is, though, so spell batching, right? Spell batching is a very nuanced thing that would probably only be picked up by like people that are very familiar with the mechanics of the game. The fact that they're putting out dedicated blue posts for like really fine nuanced things like that makes me feel like all these big things from the demo are going to be solved, because why, like, I don't know. Let me start there. Does anybody feel differently? I mean, I
just don't like I wish some of it was addressed, though. I feel like none of it was addressed enough. Like,
what do you mean? How are they going to address it, though?
Like, just say, oh guys, we know that okay.
They talked about some of the issues in the blue.
They didn't talk about the graphical things that I noticed. They didn't talk about the and I know I'm big on graphics, and I fucking
no. What I mean is they can only in a 2-paragraph post. They're not going to say like boom,
no. I know.
Boom,
I know.
Boom,
they did say we knew there was a lot of things wrong.
Yeah,
but I wish that I would at least know. Like, dude, I'm going to tell you right now that fucking I'm sorry, that friggin' wanding animation bothered the hell out of me, dude. Well, because I'm going to be looking at my character wanding a lot as a priest, okay?
The moving grass.
Let me just say it. And the moving grass, I didn't like that either. I know it's a toggle thing, but listen, I'm going to be wanding a shit ton as a priest, and I don't want to look at my character going like this.
What was it? Was like the Legion animation? Wanding. Was that it, or was it the Legion animation?
It was the new animation for the wanding. It was like really.
Okay.
It's almost like the arm had more like pivot points on it.
So Blizzard is listening.
Way
just
more
knock
points,
it out, man. Just make a big blue post and just go through each one of these points and be like, fixed. That'd probably help a lot of people. If you're not gonna go with a beta, then that's got to be the play. Real quick though, another Twitch Prime subscription from Lawman0683. Subscribe to Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I
almost really want animation.
Before, do you think that before they talk about stuff like spell batching and stuff, they should have addressed this stuff? Maybe, man. Maybe, dude.
I just my main after playing the demo, I was kind of like, it was kind of like you got so much. They got a lot of shit wrong, right? And I think that they're starting to rectify that with all the blue posts, and they're starting to bring in. They're really. Increasing their trust value, I think, for me, with all the blue posts that's coming out now. But I just hope they listen to all the feedback, dude. I really do, and they hope they just, because somewhere in the team must have been like, dude, do we really like let that through? Do we really like have a piece of gear that had +1, crit rating or whatever it was? How do you let that squeeze through? And it's got to be something on the back end. I don't think it was something they legitimately thought was going to happen. You know what I mean? But I'm glad we brought their attention to it, because now I think they see two things. One, they see how much more work they had to do, and two, how anal retentive the classic community is.
Yeah, that's so true, Melderon. Very good point. The thing is, that was shocking to me. We're so accustomed to like this extremely high-end level of Blizzard polish on all of their IPs and products, right? I've personally never seen something as scuffed as the demo. Like, it was, you could really sense that it was rushed. Like, I really feel that they're scrambling like 24
Yes.
hours before it was coming out. They were like, everybody get in the office right now. We gotta put this out in time. You know what I mean? And they were just like barely got it out, and it really did show through. But I'm glad that it existed, right? Like we talked about this before on the stream. Like, what if there was no classic WoW demo? Then there would probably be a lot less hype right now. People would think,
Yeah, there will be.
I don't know.
They might have rushed it because they knew BlizzCon would be a failure.
All right, last topic,
know.
man. Which loot system works best, guys? There's not a lot of those forum posts right now. We'll probably talk about it more and further.
Well, can we do a really quick straw poll, beta or no beta? What do you think?
Great one, dude.
Okay.
Great one. Let's do it.
What do we think, or what do we want?
What do we want?
What do you
Okay.
want? So
Okay.
the main pros and cons, if I'm understanding this correctly from what you guys are saying, is that if there is a beta, yes, it would give us like a proof of concept to show that the game is moving in the right direction, but it could also destroy the hype. And vice versa, pretty much. Okay.
Yeah. Or in the pro would be it would give us another basis of testing and understanding if they've gotten things right. And for people like us, content creators and theory crafters, we want a beta really bad, right? We want to get our hands on there and see what is everything that we can. But for the general population, it may be a bad thing.
Good point, man. Good point. Another Twitch Prime sub, man. SZMBIONT. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, SZM. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for giving me a shot, man. Appreciate it. All right. So go ahead and vote on that, guys, if you have a free second to do it. The question again, it's just beta or not, man. We see where you guys are at. Another donation from Hammy, $10. Haven't played since Wrath of the Lich King. These streams have been awesome and got me so juiced. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for the 10.
Fucking A, bro.
Hammy,
Hell yeah.
bro. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, and Holtzy.
Holtzy, much love to you all. Thanks for all your efforts. Holtzy, thank you for the $2, man. Welcome to the channel, dude. I haven't seen you in the chat before. Appreciate it, dude.
Oh, Holtzy. Yeah, Shaman Holtzy's a good bro. He's a bro.
Oh, you've seen him? Nice, man.
Yeah, he comes to my stream a lot.
Much love
Yeah.
to you all.
So the
Thanks
vote is
for
going
all
to
your
no.
efforts.
apparently.
I know. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, me
at
too.
that. Yeah.
Well, I voted no, but I'm still surprised.
Let me see.
Still surprised.
Haven't played since WOTLK.
Yeah, I thought a lot of people would.
These
So I
streams
think
have been
I
awesome
wonder
and got
if
me so
the
juiced.
reason behind this is
Raising
because
hands,
people
medium,
just
skin
want the
tone.
fucking game now. Like we're ready. Let's get classic. A beta's going to take too long. I think that is the mentality that maybe a lot of people are thinking. Like, dude, a beta means longer time. They're going to have to work. Maybe the beta will be out for a couple months and then classic. I think people, in my eyes at least, the mentality might be like, we just want classic as soon as possible.
I also think
No
there's
beta,
kind of a
let's get it.
selfless aspect to this too. Like I feel like a lot of people really genuinely want classic to succeed, and if they feel like there's any chance that having a beta would, I mean, this is I guess just a personal thing. Maybe some people agree or not, but if there's any chance that the beta could ruin the hype and not have the game have a healthy, robust community and all this, people would just rather wait a little bit longer. I don't know.
I agree, actually. So
Really interesting, though. Really interesting votes today, man. Still not over. We're at about 60-40, though. It's about staying around 60
Yeah.
no to 40 yes.
yeah,
Another Twitch Prime sub, man. You guys are freaking crazy today, man. Drake510. Subscribe with Twitch Prime, man. Lots of Twitch Prime subs today. Thank you very much, my man. Appreciate it.
and we have another donation as well on YouTube.
Jeez, man.
Would you want to include PvP?
Would you
in
want
the
to
beta
include
or
PvP in the
not?
beta? No, that's a good question.
If there is a
Absolutely.
beta-
Absolutely. If there is a beta, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for the 2, John. Yeah, I'd probably, yeah. Why not? I mean, okay,
Yeah, I
do you
think
want
it's
the
an
beta to
aspect.
go all the way up to 60, though, if there was a beta?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of testing. I need
Has to be. Have to do raid testing. Have to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's up, Big Worm? How you doing, brother? Big Worm.
Interesting, dude.
All right, let's get that last post
Yeah,
up. So
let's
we
go.
can get
Yeah.
going soon.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
last post of the day. Which loot system works best? What are your initial thoughts, guys? You guys see it up on the screen, right? What do you guys think?
I personally love DKP in the vanilla aspect because I think it really adheres to the RP style of stuff. Like I think Dooney Dane said that before, right? How they, the RP aspect and DKP system. I personally have seen a lot of. I've been in some bad, and this is a personal experience. Group loot systems, right? Loot council systems. So loot council to me, in its idea, I think in its best idea, could be the best option.
Can you explain
But when
both
it's-
real quick for some of the people? Some people may not understand
Sure.
what's going on right now.
So DKP is a number-orientated system where doing certain things. Currency is a system where doing certain things, showing up to raid, you're allotted DKP points. points, and you can use those DKP points on an item to get that item. So if you use, say all your DKP points to get this one item that you really want, those are your points you use on that item, and you get them. You get it no matter what, even if it was a bigger upgrade for somebody else. If you use your DKP system points on that, you will get it. But the thing is, like, you have to show up the raid to get DKP. You have to continuously, if you do things for the guild, if you do a lot of things that, each guild has maybe different things that will allot DKP points, and a lot of times, like we all know the meme, minus 50 DKP. So if you screw up in a raid, you can have DKP points taken away from you. So it does, it matter. It depends on how the guild implements those DKP points. So there are different aspects of DKP you could do, but a loot council is exactly just that. It's a council that decides, okay, this guy has been showing up every week. I think, he's the better healer, so we should get him geared first, because this person is a crappy healer and they're not that good, so he doesn't deserve the gear as much. Not saying that's what happens, but a lot of times it does. Or you can even have people on a loot council that are biased, which happens. Just saying that these are some of the downsides and the pro sides to it, and could funnel people gear because they like that person. Or it could be a great loot council with a great guild and say, listen, this person showed up, even though he's not the best person for the thing. He showed up. He's really helped the guild. Let's give him this piece. So honestly, you have those two options when it comes to it. I don't know if there's anything else. Honestly, those are the two I've used. I personally like DKP.
So one question: what if a piece of loot drops? Two players have enough DKP to buy it, and both want it.
It's basically like an auction at that. You know what I mean? Whoever uses the most DKP will get it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny? I feel like you actually have a lot of raid experience. What is your gut tell you?
For pure nostalgic reasons, I like a DKP system, because my first guild in Vanilla WoW had a DKP system, and it adds a certain kind of excitement when the item drops. I just always liked the bidding on the items. And you could also, that's maybe a weak point and a strong point in the same time. You can make some you can talk to your fellow warriors. I was a warrior, so you can save DKP on warrior items, and you can spend more DKP on items which are useful for other classes as well. So it's good to
I'm gonna
wait, I have one more point. So in private servers, I actually played with the loot council, and that was way less exciting. Because I was the last druid who joined, I had to wait until every druid before me had everything. So that, I don't know, man. I just felt that I could just stay away from raiding for a month or two, come back, and then get all the loot in the same raid. So,
and I just want to say something real quick, guys. A lot of this depends on the guild, right? You can have a great guild with a great DKP system and a great guild with a great loot council system. I think more of it depends on the guild than the system, in my opinion. But when it comes down to it, I prefer a DKP system, and there are lots of different kinds of DKP systems.
So I have a question. Why would you be... So my thing is, coming from an outside perspective, I would much prefer loot council because it rewards skill.
Right.
Interesting.
Now that's
no. Let's take bias. Let's take bias out of the picture.
Okay.
Let's take the bias out of the picture. Yeah. And let's say this is a fair guild both ways, and they reward people with the highest parses, highest healing, highest bringing. Helping is bringing consumables, doing this, doing that. They give people who it would benefit the most. Why is that not good?
The highest parses, it's vanilla WoW, so that doesn't really matter so much.
It becomes a clown fiesta.
Because an enhancement shaman is going to have a high, but it doesn't mean he's not a helpful person, doesn't bring stuff to the table every day. He's a totem twister. He's not going to have great DPS, right?
Since he's a totem twister, he'd be the last person to receive loot.
Subjective, dude, where it's up to, like, people have to make a call, people get freaking butthurt, man. I like the DKP in the sense that it's transparent to all and how it works.
Yes.
People can understand how it works. and people like can't get triggered like, hey bro, like I've been doing better or whatever than this guy, and then it just muddies the water, turns into a giant clown fiesta. There's favoritism with the loot council. But what I will say, what I will ask you guys next, and what I will ask the chat right now, is which system do you think will progress a hardcore guild faster?
Loot council, absolutely,
100%.
So I personally agree with DKP. I like DKP, but I also do think that, yeah, if you had a bunch of high-speed, low-drag people together in one group and they're going trying to progress as fast as possible, loot council will probably be the best.
So
But
do you think
100%.
it comes down to the level of the guild, to the skill of the guild?
Yes, I think it also comes down to, like, if I had a guild where I trusted I trusted everyone, that there'd be no bias, and it's hard to have no bias, right? Because people, maybe there's a girl in the guild, maybe the guys want to, try. There's so many different things that happen, right? But in the ideal guild for me, loot council would probably be the better option. But in my experiences, I've just had really bad experiences with loot council, and I've been the benefactor to some of this bias. And in the end, I think it wasn't fair because I got geared really quick when somebody else who was doing just as well as me, well, not as well as on the parsers, but was showing up just as often and doing things to help the guild just as much, wasn't given the gear because he was a little bit lower on the parse.
I think some kind of hybrid system is probably the best, but my guild will have a DKP system, and there will be some kind of rules, but I guess every DKP system has them. But I think the main tank should get his gear first.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing. I think off spec should always be secondary to main spec when bidding for an item.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah.
Those kind of things should be discussed. But,
Yeah, and let me just clarify the enhancement shaman thing. That was a good point, Def Camp. But the issue is the enhancement shaman should be the last person geared up.
No, you're right. Yeah, well, you're
he's
right.
totem twisting.
Right.
His whole thing is boosting the DPS of that melee group, and him as a hybrid should realize that. That's his good job. You know what I mean?
And then you can say the same thing about sorry, cuck mages is what I call them because they're
the mage that puts Winter's Chill on the card. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. The bitch mage.
God,
yeah. So obviously, but I think it's better.
He should be the last one to get geared up as well.
But honestly, you should have the mages rotating who's the cuck mage every week.
Well, then you have to have that in respec. You have to respect for Winter's Chill.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. I think I don't think one person should be expected to be the cuck mage every week. Honestly, in my guild, that's how we did it. We had the person rotate between 4 or 5 mages.
I think that might be part of why I want to stay a little bit more on the casual end of things, guys. My ideal operational environment is a DKP system where efficiency isn't the #1 thing, okay? Which is it's a hard concept to swallow. A lot of people are like, "You're crazy," but I would prioritize fun, like genuine fun and good, group dynamic over efficiency, and just a balanced, harmonious set of people who all get along and have transparent set of rules that everybody can understand. I'd rather prefer that over the highest level of efficiency. Yeah, and I still believe that dynamic of people can, ascend into greatness, and you still could if you're all getting along and you're all doing what you got to do. I still think the potential is still there for them to perform at a really, really high level, but I don't know. It tends to be like a clown fiesta in my limited experience when it gets to
it does, and
I'll
be 100%. Like I said, in the ideal system, loot council will always be better, I think. But it's when you have people behind it, it's always going to be a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're trying to say is that there's always a chance of people being dicks, right? That's the problem.
Exactly. And I've seen it happen firsthand, and I felt really bad for certain people who got the shit in the stick.
But the thing is, the reason I like loot council, I rather have a quantifiable metric to gauge people's, skill. And I'm a big numbers guy, right? So as long as I have these numbers in front of me and saying, well, Johnny's doing 1,000 DPS higher than, 100 DPS higher than Billy, well, Johnny's getting that piece of gear.
Right, but what if Billy shows up what if Billy literally paid for everyone's flask that day, gave people's elixirs?
Then he'll get them the next round.
Even though he literally
because it helps the guild progress, dude.
Right, but he's helping the guild progress as well by giving all those items.
Also, with the class kind of balance too,
but if you can't kill the boss because of that, That difference in DPS. What if you don't kill the boss because of that difference in DPS?
Well,
You know
what
I
I'm saying is, Melderon, like, what if that person? Okay, what if that person, even though that person already has better gear, so what if that person has 2 items that are already better than him, and that's why he's doing more DPS?
Well, my example was they have the same gear. So
you said they have the same gear. Okay,
but Johnny's doing 100 more DPS or whatever, more DPS than Billy.
Am I missing something? So we're in real life right now, right? We all have to accumulate money to go buy stuff. We're all in the global marketplace. We all have different professions. I'm considering the professions as classes, right? All the professions and classes aren't totally necessarily completely balanced. You know what I mean? And we all have to accumulate money in order to get what we want. Like, if I want some Lamborghini, like, I'm gonna have to grind and get this currency and buy a Lamborghini. I don't want the president to just award me a Lamborghini. That's what I'm thinking right now. What if that?
And that's what I'm saying to Melderon. Like, that's why it's not all about just numbers. Because what if that person missed both raids, like missed a raid the week before, or what if that person did something else the week before that that hurt the guild? Just because they're number 1 in the DPS doesn't mean they should be rewarded the gear. Yeah, if they show up to every raid. Yeah, if they do everything that's
okay. Johnny and Billy are doing the same. They're showing up, but they're showing up both times. You're adding levels of complexity. I'm saying they're the same
because there always are levels of complexity.
Not always. Not always.
Pretty much always are. In a guild, there's always complexity to it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you have a lot of mages, right? They're all showing up to raids every week, and one's doing better than the other. Why should I not reward that guy?
Well, if they're both doing.
That's what I'm saying. This is a hypothetical example.
Right, and that's where Loot Council would come in and they would say, yeah, well, this mage is doing more DPS, so let's give it to him. Yeah. But like what I'm saying is, it's usually not that black and white. It's usually a lot more gray than that. In my experience, I've never seen it been that black and white.
I see.
I don't know.
There's always other factors to it. There's always this guy's a dick, or this guy, was doing this, or he did that, or he's potentially might leave the guild. He might get the gear and then leave the guild. This guy's more of a guild helper. He's more of a team player. He's more of a person that is, better suited for actually helping the guild along the way. Like, he offers people flasks every time. He gives people this. When the other guy is just all about his numbers. That's it. All he cares about is his numbers.
We've all been there
his
too,
gear,
right?
his thing. Yeah. There. So I just rated a lot. I've rated it like aspects of mythic rating, casual rating, and I feel like in Loot Council, it can be the best with the right people, right? It can, but a lot of the times you don't get that.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, I think about it a little differently.
And like Dawkins said, attitude is a huge factor as well. Huge factor. So if this person is,
but Loot Council can take that into account.
Yes,
it does.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true. That's true.
The right Loot Council will. That's what I'm saying. The right Loot Council will.
So what I'm saying is, Loot Council doesn't. You have raw numbers in front of you of DPS, whatever, healing, whatever numbers you have, but you don't take just that information. You also take, is the guy an asshole? Did the guy, do this? So like that's you have to. It's not just black and. What I mean is, that's what the problem. The problem with taking hypotheticals is that you're adding levels of complexity that doesn't matter at the moment. But if the person's good, both people are good, both people bring consumables, both people show up every week, would you give the lower DPS the gear?
Right, but like that's why I said.
I'm asking you.
In a perfect scenario, like I said, I would, because in a perfect scenario where Johnny and Sally are the exact same thing, they both have the same energy, they both have bring the same things, they both do all this, and that perfect scenario, Loot Council will always be the better option, but it's very rarely does it ever come to that, is what I'm saying. It is so rare. Like, I can see in your scientific mind, Metal, and you're saying, like, case 1, case 2, both have 90% this, 90% that, 90% that. Like, they're equal in all these factors, but this one has 91% here, so he gets rewarded this. Like, that could, like... But
I'm not going to give... If the guy just shows up once a month, I'm not going to give him the gear.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, like, 100% of the time, if everything's working correctly, if all the factors are going in, Loot Council will always come up on top.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I would give people gear just because their DPS is higher. If the guy doesn't show up, and if the guy's a dick, I'm not going to give him the gear. I'm not going to give him the gear. No, I'm talking about...
Like you were just like...
I'm talking about in a scientific experiment, right? You have, like, case 1, case 2, they're both the same. All I'm saying is, if A is higher than B, you should give it to A. That's all I'm saying.
I still think in having fun and like trying to have fun and like for a casual guild, I think DKP can be more fun for a casual guild.
I just draw analogies
comes
to life,
down-
man. I feel like in life it's the same thing though. Like dude, like when you're just assigning people out goods and services and stuff, like I don't know, I just prefer a transparent system. But let me put it in the chat. You guys have heard us speak our piece here, man. I'm gonna put a straw poll. This will be our final straw poll of the day, guys. Vote. We want to hear what you guys think about this. What is your preferred loot system? You know, just all things considered, what do you personally prefer? It's not necessarily the best. We're just talking about what you prefer here. Very curious what you guys think about this.
Well, that's just the case. So I would never. I would love to be.
I'm gonna
nowhere near your guild.
vote. What am I gonna vote? What are you guys gonna vote again? Are you guys going all loot council?
No, I'm going DKP,
DKP,
because it's more fun, and in my opinion, loot council is only really necessary for the very, very top of the guilds.
This is the
Everyone can do it,
closest straw poll.
but-
Look at this shit, dude. 29 to 29. Oh my.
Yeah, a lot of people
God.
get. A lot of people do. A lot of people, man, are really.
Wow.
That's the thing.
I think if you ever experience DKP,
Oh yeah,
That's amazing.
just
exactly. That's a
they're
great
fun.
point, Unidane. Yeah.
So yeah,
Pretty much all our straw polls are close, dude. These are like freaking
Yeah.
not.
They're good
topics.
topics. They're good topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
45 votes for DKP, 50 votes for DKP, 35 for Loot Council. DKP has a little bit of an edge, but I wonder if we like
A
swayed
little
that
bit,
a little bit. What are most guilds going to be? What do you think? Just the most guilds. If you had to take
It's going to be pretty, dude. It's going to be probably like our straw poll, honestly, because DKP was very popular back in the day. I feel like Loot Council, and maybe this is why I'm so skewed in my I associate in my head a lot DKP vanilla Loot Council retail, just because that was my experience. So maybe that has a reason to do with why I am very anti Loot Council in a lot of ways, even though I do think Loot Council can be the better version, hands down, if it's like perfectly put into place.
another metric would be how happy people are under these systems, though. That's a whole other thing. Efficiency is one thing. I'm wondering how
happy are you in communist Russia?
How happy is the dynamic of people showing up to raids? That's a factor, man. The chemistry, how much fun people are having. I would venture to think that DKP, because it's more transparent on how you get stuff, and you know, like, it's just like real life. All right, if I save up enough money, I'm gonna be able to buy the Lambo. I'm far away from it right now, but if I were to somehow accumulate freaking 100 grand, I'll be able to buy that, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah. See, there's so many different aspects. Someone up here said something about like handing all your good loot to your best players is a good way to piss off all your good players. Like, there's so many different aspects, and that's why, dude. That's why so many guilds end up breaking up, and so many guilds end up like. That's why, you know, when someone said, "Oh, well, you know, this," like, I feel like a lot of times guilds accept DKP. They understand it. A lot of people get butt hurt in Loot Council situations because they feel like someone might be, even if it's not a biased thing, at least they know DKP. It's fair in the sense that if you use your currency for it, you get the item. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
purely hypothetical. Also, if you have a loot council and you give all your good gear to the best players first, they're fully geared, while the others have nothing, and so those who are fully geared have months of doing months of no progress, basically, with nothing to gain, and those who have no gear at all, they had months of progress where they gain nothing. So basically, both will get mad at each other at some point.
But I think it's important to get the farm status as quick as you possibly can, and the way to do that is through loot council, in my opinion, to get to farm status.
Yeah, but then those two are geared. What are they going to do? They might switch guilds, so they can.
Exactly, that happens a lot. You see people, dude. You know how many times we would have loot council and we would gear out these people and they would just leave the guild.
That's so true.
It happens so
Ale's in the
often,
chat
dude.
right now. By the way, Ale's a legend. He just said DKP favors hoarding, but isn't that like real life? You can hoard money in real life. Like you can just stack up the.
It all depends on the person too, you know. Like
you
listen,
earned it.
I like
you know?
I like what Yonder One says. DKP sucks and loot council sucks. I like.
Just give him all the loot, dude. Give me all the loot.
Yeah.
But what
Personal
is the
loot. There you
downside
go.
of hoarding though? Isn't that
Personal
fair?
loot.
If you hoard gear, if you hoard DKP, you show up, you earned it, right? It's like real life. You earned. If you go to your job right now and you just save all your money, what's the problem? What is it? I actually don't know. There's got to be some problem, right?
That's why there's such a debate about this. And honestly, I was kind of wanting to stay away from it, but I think we did covered it pretty well. I think. Yeah.
At the end of the day, go into the guild that you would, that has the loot system you like.
Exactly, Meldron, and great point. And honestly, just like 100%, the best top guilds in the world will all be loot council. 100%. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
All the top guilds will all be loot council. But are you having as much fun?
Is it
maybe?
Are you getting along?
It breeds competition. It breeds competition.
Then you're kind of
fun for people.
Another cringy thing about loot council though, and it is cringy. Imagine if this is how real life operated though. That someone is dropping the gavel, or a team of people is dropping the gavel and going like, "Yo, this dude is just better than you. Sorry, dude. He's getting the gear."
That's real life. That's how everything works in real life.
Is it though?
If you go for a job application and you put your resume out there and you do the interview and you don't do as well as the guy who, but you're not going to get the job.
Survival of the fittest, right?
It's loot council is Darwinian. It's completely Darwinian, Def Camp. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is.
Darwinian. It is. It's Darwinian. And
in its purest form. Without the bullshit.
In its purest form. And when someone said that a DKP is abusable French tech, so can loot council. They can both be abusable. They really can.
They can.
I've seen
a jerk off, guy just like giving people stuff to his friends. That can happen.
Exactly. I've seen guild leaders hoard all the stuff for themselves.
Wait,
BRE
can
drops,
you fuck up
mine.
DKP as bad though? Because isn't it a transparent system? It's almost decentralized. People know all how.
But then you have new people. Like say if you're the only problem with DKP that I see a lot is when you're getting new people into the guild and they're trying to build up that DKP against other people who've been in the guild for a while who already have a lot of DKP.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But then but the thing is, you're rewarded for spending your DKP. Like that's like hoarding your DKP. And that's why I think there's a lot of different options with DKP. Like, you should be penalized for hoarding your DKP. You should be...
that's the thing. I heard Navik talking about that, like a decay, right? Or something like that? You have to...
Exactly, a decay rate on your DKP.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, honestly, can Loot Council be the better option for a lot of people? Yeah, sure. Can DKP be the better option for a lot of people? Yeah, it all depends on what do you want out of the game? Are you going to be casual? Do you plan on being in the top guilds? Do you plan on being in a guild where you trust everybody, everyone's your friend, and you know that this is going to be fair? Then maybe loot council's the way for you. If you know people aren't going to leave the guild and just get all the good loot and then just run off and try to join a new guild, then maybe loot council is the option for you. So I think you have to take into a lot of different factors. That is, for me, is what I would be looking at.
Makes a lot of sense. All right, guys, let's round up here. We talked about a lot of good topics today. I think this was one of our better GMAs. I don't know what you guys think.
Absolutely,
we were on point talking about a bunch of different topics. Just some basic housekeeping before we round out the stream, guys. Def Camp Melderon, they upload these on their SoundCloud, and this is available on Stitcher and all these crazy places. It's basically like podcast status. So if you did miss some of the early parts of this, you can watch it on my Twitch, or you can watch it on there. You can watch it on any of those. Oh, Dunedain uploads it as well. Yes, Dunedain on his channel. So if you're not subscribed to Dunedain,
post your channel in the chat.
Dunedain needs a lot more subs, dude. Dunedain is the man. Such a nice guy.
Yes,
he does. And he needs your help, guys. So follow Dunedain. Sub it up and stick around.
Awesome content over on Dunedain channel, guy. Did you say sub it up and stick it up?
All right, I'm back. Yes, dude, sub it up and stick around for Dunedain, man. So pretty much, guys, definitely stay tuned. We're gonna be back next week. More Good Morning Azeroth. Also, the meme thing, guys. If you're here at the beginning of the stream, the memes, the meme competition. We'll be back next week. I thought it was kind of fun, just a little light thing we could do. So go into the Discord and post your favorite memes, man. Tag @Mamrick. Blessed mod of the memes, and then you can win a shirt next week. This week we gave out a shirt to Raven, so next week that could be you, man. That could be you. Any last things, guys, or what's up?
I'll be streaming. We're streaming tomorrow, right, Cargos? Both of us. So you'll be streaming your relative time, and then I'll be streaming.
Yes,
I'll start streaming. I'm gonna be streaming at 3:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check out
that was
the
good.
YouTube channel.
Check out the YouTube channel.
There will be more videos coming this weekend. Check out the Discord channel if you want. It's very new, so it's really small yet. But everyone is welcome.
All right, bros. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Thank you so very much for your continued support and guidance and engagement. We love you guys. Have a great week. Goodbye, Azeroth. Peace out.
See you guys.